man, you are pathetic. And you know what's crazy? I don't think you've changed much.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Is it the fall yet? I'm done with the hot weather. I couldn't do it. I also spit on myself to start the episode. Not a good omen. Not a good omen at all. I mean, 90 degrees right away.
It's.
I can't. I literally cannot do it. You know what this dumb bitch is
It was
doing?
too hot to be
You know what
inside
she's doing
yesterday.
right now? But Jackie, tell me what she's doing right now. Look at her. Look at baby's first fucking go get her microphone. You know, she knows to actually talk to the microphone now.
I know. I graduated.
That's right, by the way. Officially a graduate, so now the graduates outweigh the dropouts here on Team KFC. Wait, have you graduated?
I dropped out twice.
Yeah.
Back even. Josh is officially on the team, so now we're even again. Motherfucker dropped out twice. You guys might be ahead.
Okay, I got 2 on me too.
He's got like 7 on him, so if we're gonna count
I
the
don't
actual
have
dropouts.
mine's a balance between dropouts and requests not to come back.
So, all right, Josh actually evens the scales again. We're gonna have an intern come in for the summer, and so you guys need to like push him to drop out, him or her to drop out, and we're gonna be like, study, read your book. Wait, who? I feel like I'm totally outnumbered here. None of you. I guess it's just me and you. That's it.
Are we going
We got BC. We got. Did Jack graduate? Yeah. So it's an even match. So this intern's gonna tip the scales. This kid's not gonna know what hit him or her.
I
We're gonna
feel
be like, what the?
the fact that I pulled off graduating, we deserve like 3 for that because I came so close to not.
I mean, it was down to like the final 10 minutes. She like didn't know if she was gonna get
I walked the
graduate.
stage and I didn't know for sure.
You like
She was
open the thing
in
to see if there was a diploma in it or not?
Yeah. Imagine that if it was like try again.
Yeah.
Like it was just a bill for next semester.
Or I was afraid that they were gonna like, as I called my name, they were gonna tell me like, I didn't tell my parents before, and they were just gonna be like,
You know they were gonna announce it to everyone.
yeah.
And Jacqueline didn't graduate, so sit back down.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I'm doing is I got hot water
She's just holding a cup of hot water to keep
because
her
it's
to
freezing
stay warm.
in here.
I said I might not sweat today.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty comfortable, but if I get going, we'll see.
Which, if you sweat, it proves that you're the issue.
No.
Yes.
How many other people are fucking like making up a fire here to stay warm like you are with your hot
Nobody's
water?
as smart as me for getting hot
Oh,
water.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
No,
You're just
nobody's
holding
as smart as
hot
Jackie.
water.
Well, I also am drinking it to.
She's
warm
just drinking,
myself
that's
from
even
the
weirder. It's not even
inside
tea. It's just
out.
hot water. She's
Jackie,
drinking
we
tea.
have like sweatshirts and stuff.
I know, but you can't. I put on.
A more traditional way to stay warm is a sweatshirt.
First of all, we don't have any more sweatshirts in there because you threw them all out.
I
So
did no such thing.
you did. Do you remember?
Oh, I
those,
mean, I
Nick?
threw out all like the garbage sweatshirts, sure.
They're all Feits' lines. So you should apologize to him.
That is not true.
But yeah, anyway, so we don't have anything here, so I have to resort again. As we saw today, as we
Shut
saw
up,
today,
Jackie.
I'm very
Another one of
smart,
her.
and yes.
Did you see her latest tweet? That her and Lil Uzi are gonna get together, and their celebrity couple name is gonna be Jacuzzi.
No, I didn't say that we were gonna get together. I just said that
If you did,
were
Jackie
together.
plus Lil Uzi v Jacuzzi.
I like it.
What was the madness you were telling me earlier? That was a Jackie thought when I filmed you. What was that?
Oh, well, that's actually top secret because I actually think that I have something there. It was a genius
Up there
show
with the
idea.
popcorn funnel.
Well, the popcorn funnel is in the works.
Oh yeah, it involved barcodes and all sorts of shit. It
No,
was good.
don't tell the
Yeah,
people.
all right. We don't want to give away
We
the
mentioned
graduates'
barcodes.
ideas.
It's out now. People will
everybody
get.
knows.
They're like, is she gonna sell things?
Dude, I can't. I was out like I was
Jackie's opening
outside.
a store, and we just ruined it for her.
I was outside with the kids. I can't do it. 90 degrees. Like the problem is we don't have fall and spring anymore. Like it was kind of cool not too long ago, and then bam, 90. I can't do that. I need to ease into this shit.
I can't do it at all. I can't even ease into it. It doesn't matter. It's too hot.
Once you are not really like hanging out at the beach. All right, when you're like a little kid and you feel like you don't feel cold and you don't feel hot, fine, whatever. There's no school. You're playing. You're happy. Then you're like an adult, but you're still like an idiot and partying. You go to the beach. You hang out by the pool. You're drinking all the time, and then it's good. Once you're done with all that, it's just ragingly uncomfortable. It's the same as always. It's not like there's no school. You just have to keep going to work. And you're just a sweaty, uncomfortable mess the whole time.
I know people who listen to the show living in San Diego are just yelling into the
Move!
abyss right now. 72 and fucking sunny every day here.
John, no humidity. There's no humidity.
Shut up, San Diego. Let us just fucking bitch.
I just need something catastrophically bad to happen to San Diego. Do they have mudslides or something? They need that something.
I don't
wrong
think
with
they
them,
get
right?
anything.
Yeah.
I think
It's just the spot.
Don't have a football team though. Fucking losers.
Yeah. Do they have homeless people? Probably do now. Everybody's got homeless people now.
It's not that bad.
I lived in downtown San Diego. It wasn't
Yeah, well, I mean, but like recently though, like you see Crocodile Dundee leaving a note for the homeless people outside his house. Unbelievable. You know, that guy, I don't know his real name, Peter Johnson, let's call him. He's, Crocodile Dundee, and he lives in one of these spots where in LA or California where it's like really bad homeless, where they're like setting up shanty towns and they just like moved in with tents and they just run shit. And he left a note for the homeless. And I was kind of joking on Twitter, like being like, what could that note say? Like, dear homeless, get a home. Stop being so homeless. And his note was, "This is my house, not yours." I was like, not far off from what we were joking about. So yeah, just leaving he just stuck a note on like the wall near the shantytown, being like, "This is my house, not yours." People were saying he should have done the Crocodile Dundee voice. That's not a house. This is a house. Paul Hogan just screaming at the homeless of LA. What a guy. Oh, so my homeless story. We're gonna talk about MARE of EASTTOWN a little bit. We also got Ryan Long on the show for a very funny interview back in person. We are fully back cooking now on KFC Radio with guests. But yesterday, on Sunday I came in to watch the Knicks, and I was like, I got to go get a sandwich beforehand. And before I went into the deli, I was sending a tweet to promote the live stream. And I needed to confirm a very depressing fact that Sunday, was the first ever Knicks playoff game during the electric chair era. And I was like, that can't possibly be true. So I was like calling Clem and being like, the last time we started me and Clem did the first electric chair, and that was the Mets in 2016. And I was like, yeah, and I mean, the Knicks have not been in it since then. So the point being, I was outside for a while, texting, tweeting, and calling, and there was this homeless dude sitting outside the deli. And so we were like right next to each other. And we locked eyes, which is my like no, like that's like when you're like a fighter pilot and it's like we've got him locked on. Like, so we make eye contact. I'm like, fuck. And as I'm walking in, he goes, "Yo, man, could you get me a soda?" And I was like, that's an easy enough request. I'm gonna go buy a soda myself. I can just buy another one. I'm like, yeah, I can do it, man. Let me just I'm going in a second. Send my tweet. I'm walking in. I'm like,
I think I already know where this is going, and I think it might be on you, but continue.
I said, what kind of soda do you want?
Okay, you asked. Okay,
Right?
Okay.
Pineapple.
Pineapple soda?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I don't think it sounds delicious.
Yeah, I guess I don't hate it, right? He goes, and so he's sitting, sitting down. He's a mess.
I feel like there's a pineapple Fanta.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So he's sitting there, and I'm like looking over him, and I'm like, what kind of? And he just goes, pineapple. I go, pineapple? And he's like, yeah, pineapple. And I was like, okay. I mean, this is on me. I asked him. I could have just got whatever, but okay. I didn't even know that exists. So now I'm getting my sandwich. I got 2 of my sodas, 2 of my bags of chips. I'm like walking like this, and I'm looking up and down the soda fridges looking for fucking pineapple. So then I find one, something with an M, like MARE soda or MARE soda or something like that. It's pineapple, but it's pineapple coconut. And it's white. And so I'm thinking, so I grab that, and then I have an attack of conscience, and I was like, that's not really gonna be a pineapple. So that, like, the coconut's gonna dominate that flavor, So now I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna deliver on this promise. And then I was like, what am I doing? I don't fucking care. I'm just getting this guy pineapple coconut. Then I get to the counter, and I was like, well, I might as well ask me, you guys have any pineapple? And then there was Jarritos, and there was Fanta, and there was a bunch of other things. So I went with the Fanta. Pineapple soda fans tell me I had to go with Jarritos next time. That's the real deal one. I don't know, but I got the man a Fanta. I got him a pineapple soda. And then upon leaving, I hand him the soda. And I said, thank you. And I was like, this is why I don't do these things. It's like when you're getting on the plane and they say, have a nice flight, and you say, you too. Happy birthday. Yeah, you too, man. Fuck!
I feel like I would say thank you as well.
Yeah, I was like, here you go, man. He goes like, thank you. And I was like, thank you, bro. And I turned, I was like, thank you, bro. What the fuck was that?
I would hit him with a no, thank you.
Thank you for bringing this joy into my life. Just forever awkward. And I'm somebody who talks for a living and interacts for a living and interviews, and I'm still doing dumb, weird things like that.
No, sir. Thank
you,
you for
homeless
introducing
man.
me to the world of pineapple sodas.
For real.
I am truly blessed.
It does not sound like something I would really enjoy. I would enjoy like a sip of that, maybe. I can't drink like a full 20-ounce pineapple.
Yeah, it's
soda.
probably like a blueberry beer. Like, yeah,
Right.
like it's like fine for one.
Yeah.
And then
It's like an actual sip is okay.
Can't have a 6-pack of pineapple sodas.
Yeah, can't do that. I used to drink Blue Point Blueberry a lot.
Yeah. I think
And
it's probably
then,
like.
and then I was like, I can't do this.
I only had one ever.
Yeah, it's I can't do it. So that was that's the first time.
All the good drinks. I'm gonna fucking sound like the guy from who ran the patent office, but I think all the good drinks
They're made.
They're made.
They've been created.
Anything drink that's good exists already.
Unless we end up creating a drink, and then in that case, it's gonna be fire.
yeah.
What's the most underrepresented flavor? Like if you were to make a drink right now that I was like, you got to come up with something unique, what would you do?
Water. That's all I drink. You do what you
Water-
know.
Water's so represented. So represented. There's so much water. We did an entire draft on water.
I really don't know. Strawberry?
I was gonna say a berry.
Maybe a raspberry.
Raspberry.
Got the seeds in it.
Ooh,
Little
I
crunch.
like that.
Little crunch. You don't like a soda little crunch?
You don't want to chew on your drink? What's wrong with you? Ugh. But I just that was my I'm done. Like I'm now 10 more years before I interact with a homeless person. I love when people first come to the city. Jackie, have you had any like attack of conscious moments where you're like I gotta like help the homeless?
When I like first came here, or like this is when I visited in October, and like I really was not acquainted with New York, and I like came down right there outside of Five Guys, and this guy was like, can you get me some food? And I was like, yeah, like of course. And then so then he was like, okay, just like up there. So then we started walking, and then
You started walking with him?
I started walking with him, like
Wait, why?
Not because
To go get food for him?
yeah, because he was just like really like I was
Jacqueline.
leading the charge, and he just seemed like he wanted to go somewhere, and I thought it was just gonna be like up. Well, so we weren't at Five Guys, so I like just assumed he like kind of pointed there, but then we like walked by, and the whole time he was like, I'm a veteran, here's my veteran card," but it was literally just like a sticker on like a white, and I was like, You're not a veteran, but like it's fine.
But I'm gonna get you the food.
I was like, it's like you don't need to be a veteran or whatever, and he like kept doing that, and so then I'm like, wait, where are we walking?
Yeah,
and
what
then,
the fuck, Jackie?
And he was like, oh, it's just my favorite like Chinese food restaurant, like two blocks down, and I was like, we're not doing 2 blocks, and also like we had this whole like banter going on, like whatever. So
Jackie,
then
did you go on a date with a homeless guy?
I didn't. But then
Did you guys hook up?
No, shut up. So then I was like, no, we're not going 2 blocks. Like I can get you Five Guys.
Yeah.
And he was like, but I don't want Five Guys. I was like, well, it's Five Guys or it's nothing. So then he's like, fine. So then we go back to Five Guys, and we go inside Five Guys, and like he's like, can I get like a double with like and
Orders
like
everything.
fries and whatever.
Yeah.
And like, no, he hadn't ordered. I was like, no, like it's actually pretty expensive, and like I don't actually have that much. Like you can get a burger and that's it. And he was like, what about a burger? And like goes through the whole, like he keeps trying to like have multiple things. I was like, no, a burger. And so then everybody's looking at us in the restaurant because
Only
like we
you,
have
babe.
this
Only you.
we have this like weird like dynamic, and people are like, is that his mom?
Yeah.
Or like what's
That is mom. How old was this guy?
well, no, he was like old, but like I was treating him as if he was like a child, being like, no, stop ordering everything. So then he goes to the front, and then he just orders everything after I literally just told him to only order the burger. So then to the guy, I was like, no, he's just getting the burger. Don't let him tell you that. He's just getting the burger. And then finally, like he tried one more time to like slip. He was like, but like also fries. And I was like, no, not fries.
I can't. You can't knock that hustle. This guy's like, finally, one person after the last like 4 weeks has said yes. I'm going in. I'm trying my hardest.
And so then I felt bad, but then I was like, I kind of feel the need to like stick to my guns on this one. So then like I would have gotten him more. Anyways, and then he was like, can I also get a bus ticket? No. Then he asked for dessert, and I was like, no. Like,
If I was a
then-
homeless person, that would be
This
me.
is
Now,
if
let me
you
get
give
some
a
lava
mouse
cakes.
a cookie in fucking real life.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yep.
then he asked for a bus ticket, and then
You
I
didn't buy him
was-
a bus ticket, did you?
I did not buy it. No,
Okay.
I didn't buy him dessert. I didn't buy him a bus ticket. And then he starts walking with me, and then I was like back, and I was like, we're
We're done.
done here.
So did you guys
Anyways.
kiss?
No, actually, but like,
See, this
Maybe
is
not
this is
stage
what
two.
this is a problem though. Like, I have to now ask her all these questions all the time because that answer I did not see that coming. It's like a junior you. Like I just have to pepper her with regular questions because who fucking knows what's gonna come out of her mouth now? You know, I could have easily just moved on from the homeless. I was like, hey, you ever do that, Jackie? We got a whole story about her going on a date with the homeless man.
I didn't go on a date.
That's crazy.
Can I tell my story about
Yeah, like go ahead.
my date with a homeless man?
Let the master go. Like, go ahead. What did you do?
So, dude, one time, this is when I was younger, and I was simping hard for a girl. Like, simping hard.
How old were we talking?
Huh?
How old do you like?
Like mid-20s.
Okay.
Mid to early 20s. And I went to go visit her, and she was like, I have work. And it was like a surprise visit, like to go like, hey, how much I care about you kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
And she just liked fucking really running me around. But
Were you hooking up at all?
No, not really.
Nah.
No.
It's always that way, isn't it? Yep.
And
You were running errands while she was getting her back blown out by some other dude.
bro. And so she's like, I gotta go to work. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like I'll keep myself busy. And
It's like Pete Holmes and Crashing.
yeah. And so I just go walking around the city, and
New York.
no. It was in the South.
Okay.
And it was so I fucking go and like I just kind of bump into this homeless guy, and I'm like, yo man, like you want to hang out? Like not like that. Not it wasn't as explicit as that. But it was like it was the same kind of thing. Where it was like he's like, can I get some food? And I was like, yeah, like
You want to come along?
let's go get food together. So we go, and I forget where it was. It had orange in it, so it was either Popeyes, Bojangles, or like White Castle or something. And we're just like sitting there at a table, just kind of eating food. And she calls me, and she's like, she got out of work, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm at lunch with Rick. And she's like, who's Rick? I was like, who's
I'm at lunch with Rick.
She's like, who's Rick? And I was like, he's like this guy I just met. She's like, what are you talking about? And I like kind of like I'm like, he's a homeless guy. And I was like trying to see like get her to be like, oh, he
Oh,
takes
he's so
homeless
nice.
guys out. And
Mr. Philanthropy
She's like,
over
what
here.
are you, a fucking weirdo?
Good for her. I mean, I am not going on a date with you after you go on a date with a homeless guy.
No, this is embarrassing. This whole story.
Yeah.
'Cause then,
Yeah, it is.
Because then fucking she's like, I'll come pick you up. Because like she had a car and she drove to work. I was just walking around.
Oh heavens no.
And so she comes and picks me up.
Oh no, with Rick there?
Rick was there. Yeah. We were just sitting outside.
God.
And she's like, hi. I was like, yeah, this is the guy we were just getting lunch. And I was like, trying to be like real gregarious about it. And then
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, just get in the car.
Yeah,
and then
shut
we're
the fuck up.
And then we're driving back to her apartment, and we drive by a tattoo place, and she's like, if you really like want me to get with you, like get my name tattooed on you. And bro, I
You
was
thought about it.
I was simping so hard I came that close. Like pull over, let's sit in front, like let's decide what it's gonna be.
That girl, she's wicked. She's pure evil. That girl was like, let's see how far I can get this little bitch to like watch, like dance for me. Like she was shooting her like guns at your feet, just making you dance. Like that is so fucking rude.
Like the
And don't get me wrong, it is incredibly pathetic that you even considered doing it. But the fact that she was like, that was a girl who had like a little ladybug in the palm of her hands. I was like, I can just crush it if I want to. I could just kill this if I wanted to.
Or I can fucking maim it and have my name on it forever. So every fucking person who ever shows him a semblance of love, he has to explain to her the goddamn story about what a fucking pussy he is. And then she'll no longer be attracted to him, and he'll be out on his ass again.
Be hanging out with Rick. He'll be homeless by the end of it. Like, you literally might as well get pussy tattooed on your body. Or just a pussy. Just get a pussy on your chest. And people say, what is that? You can say, I'm a pussy.
Yeah, that's what it was gonna be. It's like you have to get a huge fucking labia on your forehead, and when people ask what it is, you say it's me.
Well,
It's a self-portrait.
I really wanted something that captured me the most. So I got a pussy. Oh my God. That might be it. That might be the biggest like simp story I've ever heard.
Like
It's gotta be.
It is.
It's
simping.
permanent.
It was. I was simping before simping was simping.
Simping ain't easy, man. Simping ain't easy. You gotta get up here permanently inked. Gotta get permanently inked for these hoes. Holy shit, man. You are pathetic. And you know what's crazy? I don't think you've changed much. I feel like
it wasn't
right
even
now,
like so much simping. It's just like I just we've
what?
often made the thing where like I'm a puppy. Like people have to tell me what to do.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
go
right
get
now.
tattooed. Oh, okay.
I don't
You
think
can do it right now.
Yes. I think right now you'd be more inclined to get a tattoo if a guy told you than a girl. Like you're not gonna do anything for pussy.
Yeah.
But I think if some of the guys here
Will someone think I'm cool though?
Right. Oh, will you like me? Will you give me like some love and attention? Okay. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, you have a Sour Patch Kids tattooed on you. Yeah. We all like everybody has a bunch of dumb tattoos here just out of like, okay, will people like it? Will it get a lot of attention on the internet? Okay, I'll do it. Boy.
Oh wait, for views? Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Was she ever impressed at all that you
Not
were
even
so,
a little bit. Nope.
And so did you ever hook up?
No.
No. Well, you get the tattoo? The woman had her rules. Wow. I'm trying to think of the biggest simp thing I ever did. It's probably buy a gigantic ring. I don't know. Probably blow my life savings on a ring. Probably procreate
I
twice.
was gonna say probably impregnate somebody.
Procreate twice because she told me to. Yeah, that's what I did. So I guess you know what? You know what's a little more
Buying
permanent?
Bojangles doesn't sound so bad now, does it?
A little bit more permanent than a tattoo? 2 humans.
I still have my nest egg.
God damn it. We are a pathetic bunch. Wow. What a show. We're cooking, baby. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. Listen. If you've got some Miller Lights, crack them open right now. We're about to have a good one. This is all flowing before Ryan Long comes up later. We still got voicemails. We still got top fives. We still got it all. It's a big episode. It's time for your Miller Lights. Get out your Miller Lite because it's great taste, less filling. That's the number one thing. You can drink a bunch of them, enjoy yourself, get to feel good. You're not going to feel fat and bloated. It's a quality light beer that has real taste. It's an actual beer as opposed to just like some yellow water. Like the other light beers out there, and so you can have it with your friends. You can kick back when you're listening to the podcast. Miller Lite makes any situation that much better. You can get them delivered right to your door too. You don't have to go out. Although the world's back, so go out to the bar. Go out to the bar. Get back in person. Get vaxxed up and get out there. But if you're still staying at home, you want to just get the beer delivered right to your front door. Go to MillerLite.com/KFC for all the delivery options near you. Because right now it is Miller time, baby. Go to MillerLite.com.
Talking about how hot it is. Nice way to cool down. Right there.
A little ice cold Miller Lite to cool you off. While Jackie's out here drinking hot water. We'll be drinking nice cold Miller Lights. Celebrate responsibly. It's the Miller Brewing Company from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories, 3.2 carbs for 12 ounces. Go to MillerLite.com/KFC. So we got to talk about MARE of EASTTOWN.
Yes.
And then you've got a question and a situation. Would you rather do that first or MARE of EASTTOWN?
Let's do that first.
Question and a situation. John often starts these things where it's like we plan out. I'm like, all right, I got a homeless man story, and then we got to talk about MARE of EASTTOWN. And John goes, I've got a question and and he like turns his head, he looks at me, he's like, situation. What the fuck does this mean?
This situation might be more embarrassing than the story I just told.
Okay.
It's like people aren't going to think it is, but I personally think it is.
Are we starting with the question or the situation?
Let's start with the situation.
Okay.
We
got a situation.
I am pretty sure that I have been shadow banned on Twitter and suppressed by the algorithm.
Okay. What makes you think this?
I just get nothing anymore. And I think it's for no reason other than I'm just not good at Twitter.
I was
like, I didn't do
I don't
anything
think you're
offensive.
shadow banned. I just don't think you use Twitter well.
I think it's just like they're like, look, we're just gonna stop even sending your tweets, dude. Like,
You're on Creed thoughts, basically.
Dude,
You're just blasting it
bro,
off.
it's been like 3 months in the making, and I've been working my courage up to bring it up. I might get 2 retweets per tweet now. Like, it is downright despicable how little interaction and I don't, and the thing is I don't blame him. I'm like, you're right, this fucking sucks.
Should we go through some of the tweets?
Sure.
The problem is, I think, well, like you're in playoff mode right now.
Yeah,
So everything will just be about like Tuukka Rask. I mean, yeah. Listen, if every single time you tweet, it's just he did the thing. I don't think it's
Tuukka Rask is good at positive the thing. They're like, yeah, we get it.
that's
Man. Like, no, he did it again. You fucking idiot.
This one cracked me up because probably for all the wrong reasons. But also this is so Feidelberg and so funny that I think it's perfect if you listen to the podcast. You know him. I've been watching Modern Family and I love it.
I know.
But by the end, Phil is selling 6-bedroom houses in the hills.
It's ridiculous, Kevin.
All sitcoms try to end with everyone being super successful. Most people aren't, and they're just happy. Or they're miserable. I'll watch both. These are the 3 worst tweets that have ever been sent all in a row. So bad. It got 2 retweets, 1 retweet, 0 retweets.
Like, dude, we're trying to fucking send you a message here. Fucking knock it off with the shitty tweets.
This kid is just incensed that Phil Dunphy was selling. It was too unrealistic that he was selling too high-scale real estate.
It was insane. 6-bedroom houses to fucking Chris Martin. Like, what happened? You're selling fucking houses to fucking Coldplay now? Where did this switch come?
I mean, there's just no way that's going to get any interaction. If I didn't see the follow-up tweets, I would have no idea what you're talking about. I was just like, yeah, he's a real estate guy. Yep, that's not a good one.
My tweets, I like because I got fucking suppressed by the goddamn algorithm. I tweet for me now.
Yeah. Well, I did like this was what's today? The 24th. This was late this morning. Capital letters. That got 16 retweets. So that's about 8x your usual.
That one was quote tweeting that Tuukka Rask is the #1 goalie of all time in save percentage, in playoff save percentage of all time.
Let's see. Tuukka Rask is good.
Yeah, I
and the
got a
next
couple
one
of
you
those
said
in
was
there.
Good. Let's see.
It is just my journal. Okay, good. I'm gonna throw a reference out I use quite often, and I think it upsets you every time. It's the Patriot.
Yeah. That's why you're talking. let me send tweets about this mediocrely received movie from 1996. I'm sure that'll get a lot of
When
traction.
Benjamin Martin comes back with General Cornwallis's notebook and says, "I've just been inside the mind of a genius." My Twitter, he come back and go, "I've been inside the mind of a fucking lunatic." like a guy who just doesn't know anything about anything. He might know 6 words. If you read my Twitter, it would not be inconceivable that I know
just don't know the language.
that I know under 50 words in an English language.
Twitter thinks that you have a. Twitter thinks that you're retarded. Twitter's like, we have a mentally deficient man here. Let's open up the algorithm for a couple retweets. He's doing the whole good thing again.
I am a paradox in Twitter. Like, all of his followers are from America, but he doesn't speak English.
This is so bad. Your Twitter's so bad. How about this, John? John, you got one that had 0 retweets. Our rules.
I've been suppressed, Kevin.
Are the rules? This is such an unbelievably bad tweet. Are the rules for seating at a game in England different than America, or are there a wild amount of people at this Liverpool game? 0 retweets. Because again, that's not really a tweet. That's just like you're just asking.
I just
questions.
questioned. I was watching the game alone. I had an observation. No one could answer the question for me. They were just wild people just sitting by themselves.
Pasta did the thing with your picture of you saying "come." That's pretty good.
That was pretty funny. That one
The
gets
cum
pretty good.
picture's good. 20 retweets on that one. Followed up by Tuukka Rask. But shout out
What's
to
that?
this guy. He said Feits do the cum tweet is a very strong brand. So that's good.
Oh yeah, 266 retweets. It's probably my last big tweet. We all survived a pandemic just to die of a heart attack during a 7-game series that goes to OT every
Yeah,
game.
well, once you get the sports going. It's Twitter's fault. You've been suppressed.
It's 100% Twitter's fault.
And what's your situation? Or is that your question?
That was my question. That was my situation.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay. And that, you know what the problem is too? The notebook ruined me. Because now I write down my thoughts in here and I'm like, I'm going to share them on the show. My good
Rather
thoughts.
than Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, listen, spending your time on Twitter is the biggest waste of time there is.
Yeah.
We Barstool Sports put their eggs in the absolute wrong basket. We all decided to join Twitter, where it's just a hellhole abyss of self-loathing and attempts at quippy little jokes that like nobody really cares.
Yeah, I'm not even upset
And-
I haven't gotten a follower in 6 months.
But because your Instagram game is so strong, where you chug fucking shirtless. You were just killing the social media game.
I haven't
Dave.
done that for everything. It's actually bullshit that the NBA, not that I give a shit about the NBA, that the NHL playoffs come right before the summer. Because I was working out a lot. Those are all post-workout
Yeah.
videos. I haven't been to the gym or had a salad in 2 weeks.
And it's the NBA's fault and the NHL's fault.
The NBA will give you a pass. I don't spend too much of my time busy watching the NBA. Okay, my question here. I think this is a good one. I think has anyone else in any career or any occupation done as much in 6 months as Lana Rhoades did?
No, yeah, I mean, she got in and out and made herself $1 million empire.
Like it took her
But-
6 months. A lot of cocks.
I was
but
gonna
6
say
months.
Now, like, that's a great kind of hypothetical. That's a great ATI question. Would you be willing to become a fucking like hardcore porn star
Fast
for 6 months?
People tend to ease themselves
Yeah.
into that world.
Like
she was like,
day
I'm in
one,
hard.
like you are putting multiple penises and rubber duckies in your ass. But then you get out and you can have a vlog and a podcast and all that, and she makes so much money, and she has no problem telling you. Like she's like, I'm a fucking millionaire because she's earned it. I think she's like, she's not subtle about it because she's like, fuck you, I'll tell you how much money I make. Incredible. I mean,
it is one of the most dominant
I would
careers.
say
What's a career that even?
maybe there maybe is a sports figure. Oh, I got one for you, Matt Castle. Like one game, 60 million. But he still like had to go through college and groom himself to become Lana was just like
1 season, you mean Castle?
yeah. Well, was that all it was?
Matt Castle?
Before he got his he played that one game, right?
No, but 1 season.
Maybe Matt Flynn then.
Oh, Flynn did it a few times.
Flynn originally he filled in for what, Aaron Rodgers?
I think
he
so.
had like it was like week 16, week 17. He had like one good game.
Yeah.
And got like $60 million.
And then had
Castle did it too, but he kind of earned it with that season. I think Matt Flynn did it like with individual games multiple times.
I think you're right.
Because he's been a Mail Time Hall of Famer where it was like literally one game. But even that you have to, you still have to become a professional athlete. And like, that's no. Like, Lana Rhoades is like, I'm super hot and I can fuck. So, like, bam. This guy still have to pay his dues and all that kind of shit. But he would be the only thing I could put up there. Like, that's his name, right? Matt Flynn? Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Flynn.
Yeah,
and
then he tweeted, one time he tweeted, I know I'm going to get killed for this, and I don't have a lot of room to talk, but this latest QB contract is unbelievable. Like, come on, dude.
He
He said, would it have helped if I said, with all due respect, #Ricky Bobby? Like, the guy knows that he just, like, stole the fucking bag. But 9 different NFL teams. But it was when Brock Osweiler got $72 million, and even Matt Flynn was like, Jesus Christ. But, he'd be the only thing I could even compare. But, yeah.
I wasn't
But you know
even
what
like,
she did?
I wasn't even like horny. Like, this isn't even a bong. I wasn't even watching her porn. I was looking at her Instagram, and I saw it was like 16 million followers, like 15.8. I'm sure she's up to 16 now.
Absolutely.
That was a few days ago.
When she came here and did Answer the Internet, she was talking like, she's like, oh man, it was such a flex. I wish we had it on camera. She was like, if I post like a video or a picture, I'll get like $1 million. So like, if I want to do that, if I need $1 million, I could just do that. And I was like, well, can you just do that and like give it to me or something?
Yeah.
Like, can I somehow get in on that? Like, imagine that power to just be like, when I need to,
I could have $1 million.
And actually the self-control though, because I think she's just like, she's very much over the porn world. She's like, when she was on BFFs, Dave, I think, asked her, like, what's her number to go back and do porn? I think she was like, I'll just never do it again. She's like, I can make money other ways. And like, I have too much like self-respect, which is like, if you, a lot of people view porn as like, not like degrading. So whatever. But if you do view it that way and you don't want to do it, fine. But if it was just like dangling, like, but if you do it, you can just make millions again. Be like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, like she can make a phone call, push of a button, anything, one picture, and she is.
You know what?
7 figures.
She
That
needs
is
to do-
in 6 months. It took her
Bro.
6 months to get to that.
If she,
Well, she's worked harder and all that stuff.
I mean, she went to jail and shit too. She lived.
Yeah, what'd she
several
go to
lifetimes.
jail for?
She was like hooking. She was like, her boyfriend was like a gang member, and she said that in Chicago the laws against gangs are like so strict that it's like if you are like involved with them in any way, if you're there at all. So it's like I think they had like just robbed something, and they all got caught by the cops, and like she was just like the girlfriend along for the ride, but whatever. She did a year in prison,
Really?
like in the clink for a year.
Was that pre or post porn?
Pre? I think I don't know. I'm not sure of the timeline. So like she's lived, lot of experience.
Yeah.
So she deserves the right to just be like chilling now. But I think she should do like a MJ press release. I'm back, and just do like one video, like a one-time thing. Like when the clock starts to run out, and like in the twilight of like your social media career, or you want like one last hurrah before you're getting older. Like, all right, let's do it one more time. let's throw it back one last try. But yeah, man, 6 months. Would you do it?
Would I?
I mean, it's just so hard to be like a guy.
Would I
versus
get
a
like
girl. It's
3
would
dicks
you-
in my ass?
Yeah. I guess you could put it that way. Would you?
For the ability to take a picture of myself and make $1 million.
Would you do gay porn for 6 months, hardcore porn, to then live her lifestyle, like Hollywood Hills, mansions? If so inclined, you post a picture on OnlyFans and make $1 million, like living the life of celebrities and Miami yachts and all this shit that she does. He does. You would do. But you gotta get. Fuck, I can't believe he is considering this as hard as he is. Because here's the thing, even though I would, if I was posed this question on a podcast, I'd be like, hell no. But on the inside, I'd be like,
give it honest answers
Yeah.
around here?
Yeah, man.
I think the part that would be the hardest for me.
would be the dicks in the ass.
No, I think it would be just getting drenched in cum. Like there are multiple videos where like if I have to like relive her career scene for scene,
just covered.
she's just soaked in cum.
How about that? What about that? You got to do her. You got to do her.
No.
That was a deep retch. Just covered, John. Just drip like a glazed donut. Like a glazed donut, John. He's out of the studio, folks. If you're watching on YouTube, he just got up and left. I would have said that the rubber duckies in the hot tub is the harder part, but hey, to each their own. I guess the cum is difficult too. You think the cum's harder than the rubber duckies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen a rubber ducky? They're not shaped very well.
But they're fucking pliable.
They're pliable, he says. Are you done? I won't talk about cum, I promise. I won't talk about you being covered in cum. I won't talk about it being stuck in your mustache. As another coworker comes zooming by on a scooter. We live in a fun house. We live in an absolute fun house. Right now, Vibs is doing lowering the bar. Who can do a lap around the office in the scooter the fastest? While John runs outside to puke, talking about would he hypothetically get covered in cum while the scooter race goes on. It's goddamn Mario Kart trapped in a porn world here. So would you recreate her career?
I don't think I could do it.
I
think we just came to a
What
final
if
answer there.
you got to recreate the highlights of her 6-month career in one day? So you're doing like one porn shoot that will include the tub with the rubber duckies, the 2 dicks in her ass, the covered in cum, like the highlights, the highs and lows of her career.
I don't think I have the stamina for it, Kevin.
Oh man,
Bro, I fucking jerk off and take a nap. You think I'm gonna get fucked 100 different ways for 24 hours straight?
What do you save for last on that day?
Yeah, what's? Could you imagine? That's really tough. At the very end, you're like, okay, get the rubber duckies out, or like, okay, time to be covered like a fucking frosted cake. That's not.
I think
easy,
you
man.
probably saved the The dicks.
The two dicks?
Yeah, because hopefully by that
You're
point,
ready for
the
it.
fucking ducks have stretched you out of it.
Dude, the duck. You know what's really crazy? The strawberries. Because the strawberries stayed intact, which I think means the rubber duckies did get you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if I were to put a strawberry in it, would
that
be a mess.
strawberry just fell out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was. You know what? That strawberry was like putting a golf ball in a golf hole. You know what I mean? In the hole. It was just in and out, man. Jesus. But one day at work, and then you have the ability. She has a money tree, bro. She has a literal money tree that she does not take advantage of enough. But
It'd be nice to have a money tree, but I don't think I can make it happen, Kev.
I'd like to see you try.
Cocks on the table, maybe we got a different story. Oh, those ones? Yeah, all right, fuck it.
Imagine that. Yeah, like Os's ex-husband rolls in. Like, come on, let's do it. Let's go. Oh boy, that was a question and a half.
Yeah,
It was good.
it was good.
That was good. I have a funny thing to read here. A girl I know went out the other night and she was overserved and began talking to a young gentleman who was foreign, very, very foreign. He was from Hungary. He was, what did I call it? Hungaria.
Yeah.
He was from Hungaria. And she was like blacked out and they were like kissing and getting like cutesy at the bar. And I think all of her friends were kind of like, you need to go home like immediately. Like, what are you doing? He was like this weird old man from Hungary. And then they exchanged numbers and some of the text messages from this guy. I want to read this. This is for everyone out there who maybe this past weekend or this year or just any time in your life, if you've ever sent some bad text messages, some cringy text messages, caught up with the wrong guy or girl at the bar, and you're like, wow, like what was I thinking? What was I doing? Let's just read these and feel better about it. It leads to a single individual line that I feel like could be like a tattoo or a book or a poem or something. Anyway, this was he texted at some point. He said, "I'm so fucking."
They exchanged numbers?
Yes. So he's texting her. I'm so fucking worried, but I know you're fine because we're already connected. So I'd feel if you're not fine. So that was at like 12:30 in the morning. So he's already on that tip. If you change your mind, please tell me. I'll understand. Hopefully I won't kill myself.
What?
Just be honest. BTW, I see your eyes when I close mine. That's crazy.
He said that's crazy?
Yes, that he sees her eyes when he closes. Then I think she spoke to him or sent a message being like, hey, I was a little too drunk. Like, we had some fun, but like, I don't do this. I'm not going anywhere. He says, yeah, I knew that. Did you know your individual, who you really are, always comes up when your brain is infused alcohol? And then our fake sober personalities just disappear. After that, when you get sober, your ego and personalities come back. That's the psychology of alcohol effect. But like I said, totally understand you. I'm so honored because I could taste your lips. Really, thank you. It was more than real and infinite for me. It was more than real and infinite for me, more than anything else in this bloody, limited physical world. I'm sure you don't remember how much you didn't want to let my arm. You squeezed and hugged me so tightly like we've not met for a long time, maybe for hundreds of years. But I realized yesterday, definitely know you from one or more lives. You know, I thought it's a blessing that I always remember for everything, even if I'm totally drunk. Now I know it's because a curse sometimes. I'll rate for you in another life. I misunderstood you because you wanted to know everything about me, and I'm pretty romantic and a spiritual being. But despite I can separate my feelings if you want just having sex, because I'm also a conscious man. You can say explanations how much you were drunk. We have a real, gigantic physical desire. And then this is where he drops this line. Goosebumps and intensified heartbeats never lie. I was like,
I'd be back on that guy.
bro.
If he's involved in the Lana Rhoades day, I'm in.
Goosebumps and intensified heartbeats never lie.
Jesus, Casey had a hell of a night, huh?
Oh, man. That is fucking
That
great.
is wild.
Goosebumps and intensified heartbeats never lie. That sounds like the name of a Panic at the Disco song. It's one of those long ass titles.
Kevin, I didn't know you had fucking references like that in the bag. Look at that. Those fucking weirdly long, like bizarre just song titles. Yeah.
Goosebumps and intensified heartbeats never lie. I might get it tattooed on me.
Yeah.
I might have to put out a book named that. Unbelievable. Shout out to that Hungarian man. There's no idea how much joy he brought to my life. I remember once my best friend was on Plenty of Fish. You ever go on that? Plenty
It
of
rings
Fish.
a bell, but I've never been on
Plenty
it.
of Fish is like the most bootleg dating site ever.
That's a super Christian one, right?
Perhaps.
I think so because
Yeah,
it's like
'cause
fish.
it's Jesus
like,
fish. Yeah. And he was talking. He has a propensity for Asian ladies, and he was talking to a bunch of Asian girls, and this one girl was trying to like talk to him through broken English, and she was like bearing her soul, kind of being like, do you want to do this or not? As he's just like stringing around like an idiot, and she wrote like, "Here I stand, bravery and all." And for like 10 straight years, we would just be like blacked out at the bar, being like, "So here I stand, bravery and all." And people were like, "What the fuck is wrong with these guys?" We'd all be cackling, laughing, screaming, "Bravery and all," just mocking people who have English as a second language. But goosebumps and intensified heartbeats. Remember that, folks. All right now we're at 66,000 subscribers. Last time you guys got to 60,000, we released the Rat Family Vacation. The new goal is 70,000. When you hit 70K, we're going to release our vlog from our Philly live show back when the world was still running and KFC Radio was on tour doing live podcasts. We went to the city of brotherly love, and Nick's chopped up a nice little live vlog for you. So a little carrot for you folks. If you just push the motherfucking button, you can watch our live show tour vlog. A vlog, as Dave would call it. You want a vlog? Then subscribe. 70,000 subscribers, you get a vlog from us. All right, Mayor of EASTTOWN. We got to do a little Barstool DVR. Let's talk about it. Mayor of EASTTOWN, if you're not watching, stop listening right now. It's going to be heavy, heavy spoilers. Come back in about 10 minutes. You want to...
No, it's fine. I'll be fine.
You can just check. You can just step out.
It's fine. They still got an episode left.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll binge it this
Okay.
week.
All right. You sure?
Yeah, trust me. This isn't the first time this has happened.
That's the breaks. That's the job. Yeah. Well, okay. So the latest episode, I think that the last two episodes, by the way, I think both were going like not so great until the end, and I think the endings both like saved both those episodes. I was kind of disappointed, and then it was like, bam, what an unbelievable scene. And then last night I was kind of
Which is just like the way people make TV now. Which is kind of
you
bullshit.
just need like one good moment. It's
Yeah.
almost like songwriting now too. It's like you need a good hook. And like it's like every song's like 2 minutes long now. It's just like give them like one good line, goosebumps and intensified heartbeats, never lie. You're good. But so we're left off for the final episode where Mayor believes that Billy, who is Eric,
And who told her that? Lori?
yes,
How did? Yeah. Right.
yes.
Okay.
So Billy, who is Aaron McMenamin's dad's brother, that they went to a family reunion. They had some sort of incestuous event. He is the father of her baby, and that she was talking about like telling people, and so Billy killed Aaron. They are also, at the same time, they're showing John, Lori's husband. He's starting to look more and more shady, and he's involved. And so my official prediction, and you can give your we're similar, but we differ a little bit. I think that John is the real father of Aaron's baby.
Agreed.
I think that I think that there. So in the story, in the family reunion, it was them two and Aaron in their cabin. So I think some shit went down with the three of them, whether it was forced or just regular old incest. Which, by the way, is a fucking diesel storyline for a TV show. Like no matter where this ends up, whether it's a good ending, bad ending, some people were talking about. I was comparing that one scene to True Detective. It's had some highs, it's had some lows. Wherever it ends up, if the storyline is like threesome incest with a baby resulting for it, that's some heavy shit. Yeah. I've never seen another show or movie that's done quite that. So like
Also with
pretty
some sprinkled in opioid epidemic deaths and suicides and
baby deaths and all sorts of shit.
What was the other one in there? There's another one. Oh, priest rape.
Yeah, I mean, it's got it all.
It's-
Touch them
it's-
all.
it's-
Touch them all, Mayor of Easttown.
Heavy on the trauma point.
Right, big
I
time.
will admit that. It's a lot.
So I think that it's
It's one of those
John.
ones where it's almost like I feel bad telling people to catch up. Like catch up, but do it one at a
Slowly,
night. One per
it's
night.
a lot in a night if you binge it. But I think John is the father. I think John probably even killed her. And I think the scene where he's like, Billy, you got to say the words. Say the words. And he's like, I did it. He's like, are you ready to confess? Are you ready to confess? I think that's him making his brother take the fall for him. I think that it's like, I have a family and I have kids and I got to work to get back with Lori and my children. And he wants him to take the fall in some capacity. And that's why the chief now has whatever Erin's friend found from the notebook. It's either, I think it's a sonogram maybe, or maybe it's just a picture from the family reunion. But whatever that piece of paper is, I think shows that it was John who's the father and not Billy. So
That
that's
sonogram wouldn't show that.
that's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of what it could be. If it was just a picture though, unless it's a picture like in the act or something like that,
Yeah.
which I don't know. There's 3 people, 2, 1. I don't know. Could get really fucking dark. But that's where I think the chief is like, get Mare on the phone right now. Because as we left off, Mare was going in guns blazing, but I think she's going with the thought that it's Billy, and I think that it's actually going to be John.
I think what your theory isn't wrong. It's not, but I think Billy already took the fall, and the taking the fall was the killing
her?
Yeah.
So
I think he actually
John,
did. Kill
John
her.
was like, get rid of this girl for me, and he.
I don't
did it.
even know if he like explicitly said it. I think it was more just like a brother protecting his.
Yeah,
Other,
they
'cause-
definitely have this like brotherly bond where they're hugging and crying and protecting each other and like.
Because he's got a
they might
line in
fuck
it
each other for all I know.
when he's
They might actually. if there's a could you imagine if you had a threesome with your brother and your niece? These Delco hillbillies, Jesus Christ, go home, home, stop fucking your niece.
he's got a line, Billy does, where he says something like, "You fucked everything up like because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants," or something
Yeah.
like that. And I think that's like
That's
that got her pregnant.
Now,
and
do you think that the son might actually know something when because like she said,
he's doing it again.
what if there's a big twist and Lori killed Erin?
But none of that make I believe Billy killed her. I believe his admission. Why is he covered in blood?
I don't know, but
Like Billy was
but they've
definitely
been-
there.
They've been super vague, right? Or they mentioned it. I guess they actually said a name this episode. They said Shannon, right? Because the mom said to the son,
Oh, yes,
is
they
your
did.
dad doing it again with the same girl?" And he just said yes, and they never said a name. But then I think they said something about Shannon this episode.
Wait, oh,
Because I was thinking, what if the son knew that it was Erin, and Lori like knew that it was incest, and Lori is somehow involved? That would be a twist. Because I think right now, I think some people are just like it's Billy, and I think some people who are watching are like, no, they're clearly pointing towards John. If you're kind of like,
I think John's involved.
Right.
But I think
But
he's
what
involved
if-
with the rape.
I think that's where they want you to look. I think it would be. I would be very satisfied if Lori is somehow in on it.
That would be pretty good.
That would be a twist I did not see coming. Well, until right now, but I guess I did see it coming. But that would be awesome to me because it was weird. Like when Lori at first was like not. I thought Lori was gonna like keep the secret for John, and I was like, this is crazy. This is like she wouldn't keep that secret. But if she was kind of involved in it, making him I don't know. That's a more of a fun. Like I hope that happens just because I think that would be like some crazy. If they as long as they do it right and they don't just wedge it in. If Lori is somehow involved, because the only thing I was thinking to myself when Lori was like going to cover it up, I was like, why the fuck would she cover this up? When it's incest, I feel like people almost are like, we have like this will like the whole family's fucked.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean. So like it's worth trying to keep it a secret because it's not just an affair or any old murder. It's like this entire family tree is whacked.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
So
you gotta salt the earth on that one.
yeah, right. Like it's gone, scorched earth. So, but I think that it's going to be John, Billy, and I think so. I think right now you're going to see like Billy versus John. Like, I think they might be both trying to kill each other.
Yeah, you're just like, well, let's go up to the lake one more time.
Yeah.
Like, you're going up to the lake to fucking
Right, and he's got the
Make Ken a body.
and Billy's got the gun. Like, but it was John's idea to go up there. So I think they're both like, who's going to get who? And I also think my last thing, I think MARE dies. I think Mare is going to be the hero, but dies in like a shootout or something like that.
You think so?
Because I just feel like she's kind of like, she lost her son. She's now losing her grandson. Although I don't know, maybe I think also on that front, that scene with the bathtub, I thought that kid was dead.
I know.
But the water overflowing let me think that it had been going on for a long time.
Yeah, that was.
And I was like, this kid's fucking dead right now. Are you kidding me, HBO? Like, give me a break here.
That was what I was actually saying to you. I was like, no,
Like, enough.
no.
Yeah, I said out loud, are they gonna kill this fucking kid? But I could see her being like, I can't handle it. Like, I need to give him back. Or I think it's like Mare's done everything she can for this case. That's redeemed like all the bad in her life, and like what's left from Mare? You know, like what she can get back with Frank. I don't know. She's gonna go with fucking Guy Pearce, the author guy. I could just see her being like the hero of the dying hero, and then I think the writer writes a book about her.
I like that because
the very final scene says like 18 months later, and you see him at a book signing, and he's signing the Mayor of Easttown books.
Yeah.
You know,
which actually would make sense because like part of that is too like why is this like that she hit a shot in basketball? Like why is that important in any of this?
Well, yeah, when you think of if you think of the title of the book, because it's like kind of a play on words and a weird title for like a serious thing. But if in the end it's the title of this book and you look back on it as like it's just the story of this one woman who had her life fucking wrecked, and from her glory days as a basketball player as a little girl to like the widow, the dead mom, dead son, blah blah blah. It's like this is the story of Mare. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
I think if they nail the landing, I think this has a chance to be. Like, at first, I thought this was going to be, like, The Undoing, where I was like, it's good. If they can do some of the shit we just described, I think it's up there as, like, a good one-time
show.
Yeah, a good one-time series.
And I told you this earlier today, and I learned it this morning, and I think it's incredibly important. I think it's also kind of bullshit that Guy Pearce was not supposed to play the role. He filled in as, like, a favor.
Which is why, and people saying that's Guy Pearce. He's got to have a bigger role.
Yeah.
He's got to have something to do with this. It's like, no, he's just stepping in as a cameo.
It was supposed to be like an unknown guy.
no-name guy.
I think that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
if it's supposed to be an unknown character, like it's got to be an unknown guy.
Because everyone who knows Guy Pearce is like,
Like,
well,
what the fuck's Guy Pearce doing here?
And then most people have spent the last couple weeks going, it's going to be Guy Pearce because he's Guy Pearce, and that's going to fucking suck. Although, then you could also just say that's some good misdirection. I don't know. It had people like guessing the wrong thing for the last few weeks.
But he's still involved somehow. I think like you said, like, he might be at the lake. I forget what his book was about.
Yeah, I was
But
thinking
I
that
feel
like
like it was
maybe
something water-based.
he's somehow fishing, and he just happens to be like at the same river or the same lake. He's up there. He sees it. He helps out. He saves Mare or whatever it is.
Because the preview for next
Or maybe
for
he's
next
just
episode,
not fucking in it. You know.
the preview for next episode shows him packing his trunk up. So
Okay.
I don't know
Maybe he's
where
heading
he's
up there.
going, but like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like it's a shot like someone looking out a window, and it's
Yeah.
him like putting stuff in his trunk, which I think they're like intending to seem nefarious. But like if he has anything to do with any of this, I'll be fucking
I'm out.
pissed.
I'm
That
fucking
that'll
out,
suck.
man. Yeah.
Because there's
That would be
so much
so
evidence
stupid.
to point to so many other people, and there's none to point to him.
I was thinking about if it was just Billy. If that is the storyline, they're not doing any misdirection. Like sometimes I hate when it's a character who like it's like, ooh, it was a big twist. You never saw that coming. And it's like, yeah, because the guy wasn't even in the show.
Right,
you know?
right.
And that's kind of how I would feel about Billy. But then if it also ties in John or somehow Lori, then I think it actually kind of becomes cool because it's not only does it involve the main characters like somehow, but sometimes that's just like that's the reality of the situation. Sometimes you want a whodunit where it's like it was the dad, and sometimes it's just like yeah, it was the creepy like uncle who like you didn't ever think of, but he's just a fucking rapist uncle or something.
I'd like to go back and watch episode 2. Was it? Yeah, episode 2 when all the brothers go to his house.
Yes, and
I
watch
just
how
to
they
see
act
what he
and
did,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because that technically they've been in it since like the very beginning,
Yeah.
and then you got the priest lurking in some way. I mean,
The priest, I believe his story.
yeah,
I
that
get,
he- that he
I
just
get
got
why
scared.
you wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, so
like-
I think they've just done a good job of like, here's all the characters, here's all the reasons they could have done it, but here's the reasons why a lot of them didn't do it. But my hope is that it's going to be Lori somehow. I think that would be cool. But either way, I'm cool with it being John and some sort of weird like, incest brother thing. But I think an extra like a double twist is always cool. If I was a writer, I would always try for that without forcing it. I think that the second twist is always,
Yeah.
that type of feeling where the twist happens and you're like, there's like 17 minutes to go. Like, what the fuck are we? Oh, and like a whole other thing happens. That would be cool. So, depending on the landing, I think Mayor of Easttown has a chance to go from like good show to like fucking great if they nail the landing. And Winslet's a monster. She's so
that
good,
scene where she's
man.
just talking about just like not saving her son,
Finding
but
her
finding
son.
her son. is
and her like nonverbal acting and
Yeah.
the way she can cry. The scene where her and I knew the mom was gonna slap her. By the way, I could see the slap coming.
really.
Zabel's mom, I was like, she's gonna slap her. But the scene where her and Gene
I couldn't
Smart,
like what did she, like why?
I think that's just like an angry mom who's just like, if you weren't around and took him to that house, my son would be alive. You know, it's like he's a cop.
Wasn't a cop,
Right.
then
That's,
yeah.
yeah. But that scene where her and Gene Smart, Mare's mom, hug and they're just crying together. I always think it's so funny. I would love to watch it behind the scenes. Like those two, she comes home, Mare, how'd it go? She starts weeping. They hug. They're both crying. And then in real life, someone goes like, cut. And they're just like, all right, cool. What's for lunch? You know, it's so weird to me. Acting like that is so weird. Where it really is like a skill, like a talent. Where it's like the same way. It's like you can just like dunk a basketball and then just like go about your business. You can just act like that, and it's wild. Have you watched Hacks?
No, I heard it's good.
Good.
I do
It's
want to
good.
watch it.
Between Watchmen, Hacks, and Mayor of Easttown, Gene Smart must have signed like an HBO deal, like a 5-picture deal or something. Hacks is funny. She's like a blue blood Vegas lifer who's like fading. Her star is fading. It's like a Joan Rivers-esque type of shit. And a new Hollywood writer who's a failure. She tweeted something and got canceled. So she's like taking any job she can get. So she's writing jokes for like, so her star is trying to come up, her star is failing.
Right.
But it's all about like the life of Vegas. And she's like a baller. Like she has like fish imported into her pond in her in her mansion, which is against the law. So like the conservationist people are like mad, like wacky, unimaginable wealth. So it's good though. She's awesome. Jean Smart is what's she like from like
I don't
old
know,
school. She's
everything.
been around forever,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's awesome. So tweet at us. I guess you're well, I don't know if you don't want to spoil it, but let me know what's your predictions for a final episode of Mayor of Easttown. But a good chance for that to be an all-time show. Top fives?
Let's do it.
Top fives today are brought to you by Blue Nile. You got a big event coming up. You got you want to pop the question. It's wedding season. You see that video that went viral the other day of the girl? Would you ever propose to your boyfriend, Jackie? Come on, modern woman.
Yeah, I would.
Would you ever propose? Would you want to get proposed to?
I don't give a fuck.
The guy. Did you see the video I'm talking about?
No.
The girl. First of all, like, the whole family's there holding a banner that says like "Marry me." So I don't think it was a surprise, but I think they all like pop out, and she gets down on one knee with the ring, and he kind of puts his hands on his head, like not like he was gonna say no, but kind of like what the fuck. And I feel like if you're gonna do that, you gotta like have had that conversation almost.
Yeah.
Because it is just such an inherently male thing to do that he's probably planning and thinking about it himself, or maybe he's not, and it's a total surprise. But I don't think that's something you should surprise, unless you're that type of couple. If you're a very progressive couple and you have different pronouns and you're all about that shit where it doesn't matter. I think otherwise, like the guy is probably, because you know what? Also, that takes like the timeline kind of out of your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
guys, the pain in the ass for guys is that you got to buy the ring and all the money and the struggle and the setting, like planning and all that. But the good thing is you can go into the last fucking second. Or if someone just pops the question, when you were going to do it like a year from now, you're like, well, fuck. But she probably went to Blue Nile, got herself a beautiful ring that is high quality, safely sourced, delivers right to your house in non-noticeable, discreet packaging, so no one knows what it is. After going through an array of stones, diamonds, settings, everything you need, they've got the most selection on the internet for your jewelry, whether it's for a regular old anniversary, birthday, even just for yourself, or if it's for the big one, for the engagement ring. You can make your moments sparkle with jewelry from BlueNile.com. KFC radio listeners get $50 off a $500 purchase. It's a podcast exclusive offer that does include engagement rings. Use code KFC for $50 off a $500 order. Every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in that discreet packaging I talked about. So shop stress-free and find your forever piece at BlueNile.com today with promo code KFCRADIO. With promo code KFC for $50 off your $500 purchase. Today we're going to do top 5 jerseys because I saw our boy Dragonfly Jones tweeting about it. Tweeting about the Carmelo Anthony jersey, which was a heavy hitter in the jersey world. Tried to get Dragonfly on. I think he thinks I'm racist. We used to kind of be friendly on Twitter, and then everything with Kaepernick popped off, and it was like done. So he's a great follow though, and I think he'd be a great podcast guest. But he was tweeting about top jerseys, and I think that the people the Carmelo jersey. You a jersey guy? Yeah. I'm like, I mean, I kind of went through that phase, and now it's tough to once you really age out of that as a white guy, it's tough. You know what I mean? Black guys can always kind of pull it off. White guys, you have a window where you're always an asshole, but you're not a total asshole. Like if you're at an outdoor party, you're in college, you're at the pool, you can wear a jersey, whatever. But there was a few during like my childhood that were like must-haves. So top 5 jerseys today. I know the Jersey community, the Glenny Balls of the world and the Coleys of the world, the people who get bent out of shape are probably going to have a lot to say about it. But guess what, motherfuckers? That's the point of top 5 is internet interaction. So fucking yell at me all you want.
People, I think I'm gonna be pretty good shade for you. I think well, at least Kevin's not a total fucking moron.
Well, what would you start with? What's
Number
your-
1, Pavel Bure, Vancouver Canucks jersey.
That was your boy, right? Even I knew that. Pavel Bure. Yep. I'm not even gonna say the second guy. I know who your second pick is already.
No.
No?
I
Because
don't
usually
think so.
you mention Pavel with one other guy. But okay, Pavel Bure on the Canucks. Yeah, you've probably got to be the only person in the history of the world to draft that one.
I would suppose so. Yeah. The old school, by the way, the black Canucks jersey with the yellow font and the.
If you showed me the Canucks jersey right now, no chance I would get it. Oh, maybe because they played the Rangers in '94, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's black and the C is kind of like a tannish, orangish, brownish. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could.
It's
pick that
black.
up.
It's black, orange, and yellow.
I could maybe pick that out. Pavel was one of the guys.
Yeah. That one. It's a
Oh wait,
fire
what, that's
jersey.
I thought their thing was just a C. I never knew that like giant Canucks thing.
Well, I mean, it is now.
Oh, so
Now
maybe
their
that's-
New Jersey. That's an old school jersey.
Okay. All right. For my first overall pick, I mean, I hate to do it. I can't really do it but I kind of have to do it. The reason why this even came about was I remember going to the NBA store when Carmelo got drafted, just for the baby blue and yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
I obviously I'm not as much of a basketball. I didn't realize he was like that iconic.
Well, that's
of a guy.
why I wanted to do this because like I knew it was hot, but like I thought it was dope, but like seeing Dragonfly tweet about it and like everybody like kind of agreeing, I was like, oh wow, I didn't know it was like iconic like that either. But I went to the store. He was talking about getting like the authentic one. I think I just got like the swingman jerseys. It's like $50, whatever. But I got that with like a matching Denver Nuggets, the same color T-shirt, because I was like, I can't wear like just a jersey. You know what I mean? So then I was like, am I really gonna wear a jersey over a T-shirt? Like, now I'm just super fucking lame. You know what I mean? But he got drafted, and as quickly as they got him in the store is when I first fucking bought it. It was like I need to have that one. That was probably the last jersey I ever bought because that was like a little bit later. Like I was wearing jerseys when I like played basketball growing up. And then like a little bit in through like high school and like early college, but that was what 03 draft he was in. So that was probably the last jersey I ever like needed or wanted. But it's just a cool.
I don't like this jersey at all.
I
I don't like the colors. I
really because usually when
it's too much.
the Chargers have that same color scheme.
Yeah,
like,
look,
when,
it's-
when,
I'm
when the Red Sox announced their alternate thing this year, everyone loved that color scheme.
But that was like a
usually
marathon thing. I don't.
Usually
I don't,
the blue and yellow plays in a major way.
I don't dislike. I should let me amend that a bit. I don't mind it for professional athletes to wear. I think it's pretty cool. I think like if I saw someone walking down the street in that, I'd be like, that jersey's just a little much to wear in public as like a regular Joe.
Well, I have news for you about jerseys, my friend. yeah. That's the thing with jerseys. But I think
fair play.
it also was like, for me at least, if you're in the New York area, Melo winning the title with Cuse, he was kind of like the, he wasn't the LeBron of the draft. You know what I mean? It was almost like kind of picking like the not star of it all, even though that draft was stacked, obviously. But there was something to like it being Carmelo on top of. If Darko went there, I don't think I'm buying a Darko jersey. You know what I mean? Melo was like that dude at the moment for around here.
Number 2 for me is PJ Stock.
I was not gonna get your second jersey.
The Bruins bear jersey, the yellow one with a goofy little bear on it. These are probably the only 2 jerseys I've ever owned in my life. I'm out after this.
No, yeah. I appreciate the one. There's 2 ways you can do jerseys: is the ones you had and the ones the ones you like or are memorable. You know what I mean? Like, cause I have. Look at that.
That bear.
That's just that looks like Trig drew that bear. You know what I mean? That's like a fucking a detailed cartoon bear.
If you can find the bear itself, it looks like really high.
Yeah.
Like its eyes are just like glazed over. It's like, well, I don't even know I'm a bear.
What am I? Am I a bear? I don't even know I'm a bear. What bear am I? That's fucking. That is a stoned bear, bro.
What is going on?
That is an absolutely stoned ass bear.
The one that was like supposed to be about the left. That one. That was a coked out bear. That was like, what's going on, fellas? I'm a fucking bear.
The other guy didn't know he was a bear. This bear's like, I'm a fucking bear.
I would like 3 bowls of porridge, please. Just kidding. I don't want any food because I'm on tons of cocaine. You're all safe around me. I am so far from hungry right now.
All right. My 2 pick will be another memorable jersey I bought. When I was a kid, I found a Jason Kidd jersey on the Mavericks that was mispriced at Sports Authority. At the time, I was probably when Kidd was on the Mavericks, I had to be like fucking like 8 years old. I was like a little kid. So I had saved up like, I don't know, communion money and allowance money. So buying a jersey for like 40, 50, 60 bucks, whatever they were, was like a problem. You know, it was like, that was wiping me out for like a month. And I found a Jason Kidd jersey that had been mispriced. It said $15.99 on it. And it was a size like 54. It was huge. It went like below my knees. It was like a goddamn dress. But I brought it up to the it said Mavericks, not Dallas, but it was the blue. It was like, it wasn't the white one. And I went to the counter and I was like, what do you think about this? And they were like, yeah, I mean, like we gotta sell it. Yeah.
No other way to fix this.
I was like, yeah, I know. Like they easily could have just been like, sir, this is obviously mispriced. It's going to cost you the regular like $50. And I got it for like $15 and proceeded to wear a like goddamn dress around. I tried to tuck it in. I tried everything. The worst part when you wear a jersey that's too big is not even like the length; it's the armpit scoop. It went down to like my waist.
Nips all over the place.
No, but it was like flashing like hip. It was ridiculous for me to wear that thing as like a small little white child. So the kid Mavericks jersey. Wow.
I don't know. He hate me.
That's a great one. That's a great one. That is if you rock a He Hate Me jersey right now, I'd be like, respect. I love it.
The He hate me was a cultural moment.
Yeah.
Huge. It was very,
Dude, you can say He Hate Me to anyone like our age, and like everyone knows exactly what that means, who he is. I mean,
he got like,
actually we don't know who he is. We just know he's He Hate Me.
No, he got some burn in the NFL.
But who is he? I mean,
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Rod Smart, I would never.
Yeah, and I actually, now that I know it, now that I hear it, I knew it.
I would not have known it.
But yeah, he definitely like he played like.
Wait, click that link. Found safe after what? Did he go through some like scary, traumatic shit? Yeah. Rod Smart found safe after being reported missing. Jeez, guy was just trying to run away a little bit. Man.
Yeah, like, I'm an adult man.
Yeah.
Don't ever report me missing.
I'm not missing. I just don't want to be around you. He hate me. Wow. He was like the first dude to do that like charge at each other for the kickoff too, right?
Yeah.
God, the first XFL was a fucking circus for like 1 week, or the build up, really. You know. I'm gonna go third pick.
But football's insane. Like it's like
Totally
you just can't make it work. Like can't make any other league work. Every other sport has like minor leagues and different leagues.
Well,
like,
but minor is different. Like no other league has a competing professional.
right.
You know that's why the MMA is so UFC is so impressive to me, because it dethroned boxing. You know, different sport but similar sport. There will never be a true other professional league. I don't think.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, minor leagues have a minor league.
right. That's the way.
How
to do
can you
it.
not make a minor league NFL league?
Yeah, it's just college, I guess. You know.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
like a pro.
if you could just,
But like, you know,
almost like the G League, where
G
they're now
League-
getting high schoolers.
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
G League is like the
I
only.
don't know if
like,
it's G League, but whatever league it
D
is.
League,
that's,
G
like-
League, whatever it is like now getting some names and like.
Yeah.
But like, no one's ever gonna really buy tickets and like be a, it's not gonna be a thing ever.
I think if you get enough names,
I guess.
you will,
yeah,
right?
I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the throwback Astros jersey.
Oh, just no one in particular. Just
Yeah, Nolan Ryan. The Nolan Ryan
Ryan.
Astros, the jersey that I feel like at the time were probably I mean, that's like so like 70s and 80s, just like loud, weird, Technicolor type shit. But I feel like the throwback of that was like I think there was probably a period of time where that was regarded as absolutely gruesome, and then it came back around.
Yeah.
It's like that's fucking.
That is just how
I mean, look
it
at
works.
that thing. Look
right?
at that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe a Bagwell. Depending on who you are. Depending on who you are and what you're doing, maybe wear a Bagwell jersey. Man, if that guy wants to bring the house down, he should go to the Barstool 500 wearing a Bagwell jersey. Little buddy. That would be an internet moment.
All right, I'll go. I see the 5. I'll go Nomar. Sox Nomar jersey.
The socks have never changed, right?
No, I mean they've done little things here and there, but no, I think it's
Yeah,
pretty.
they've had the same logo, just the B, right? Forever.
Yeah. As far as no, there was a time. I think there were socks. There's a sock up there. I don't know.
yeah, I think I've
Not
seen
in
that
my
too.
lifetime. But
like an alternate. But the
there are definitely
logo's always
alternate
been like the
jerseys.
B, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like Ted Williams wore like.
I don't think you can change. There are certain teams that just could never change, right? Like Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers probably have had the LA forever.
Yeah.
There's not much you could really do there. I'll go with my fourth pick.
Yes.
I'll go with a T-Mac Raptors jersey.
That's a good one.
The purple with the raptor dribbling. I mean, that is just so. When they debuted the Raptors and the Grizzlies had just like a big grizzly paw and it was teal, and the fucking Raptors had a purple dinosaur playing basketball. And again, at the time, I think we were all like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Those are some '90s ass jerseys.
Yeah, and now it's like you see a guy wearing that. Again, it's like all respect. But again, or Vince Carter, you could do. I'd probably go T-Mac, but Vince Carter. I like Vince Carter better, but I feel like T-Mac is more like the jersey that people think of with the Raptors. I don't know, probably a coin flip, but
All right. Number 5 is going to be Sergei Samsonov Bruins jersey.
I don't even fucking know. I don't even know that guy.
Not the yellow one. This would be the black one.
Oh, okay. Now I was gonna make fun of you for the yellow one, but now the black one is. Now it makes sense. No Tuukka Rask, no Bergie, no.
That's not. I mean, that's not kind of
Yeah.
the spirit of the game, right? Like, you're picking Carton players.
No,
here.
sure, but I mean, if you pick Bergeron, I mean, you guys talk about him like he's Brady, and no
Yeah.
Brady, by the way.
Yeah, Brady, a red Pats Brady. Actually,
I'm surprised you guys didn't. I'm surprised you wouldn't pick a Tampa Bay Brady jersey. I'm actually surprised you didn't pick all 5 Brady, like away Brady, home Brady, Bucks Brady, this
Silver
that
Brady.
Silver Brady.
Early 2000s Pats were wearing silver sometimes.
Yeah, gruesome,
Yeah.
gruesome.
Yuck.
Yeah, that was probably why they won titles, is they changed that. Like, get away from that.
But they just altered it because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was I think Robert Kraft said that. We're like, they were gonna keep that jersey as long as Tom Brady was there. Like that jersey was always gonna be the Brady era.
Brady jersey.
Yeah.
And he just happened to stay there for decades.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't change with the times until this guy's fucking dead. All right, my last pick. I'm waffling between. I love the old Magic jerseys. I would love a Penny Hardaway #1 pinstripe. I love the Rodman 99 or any of the Bulls with the pinstripes. I love the Nuggets old one. Pull up the Nuggets with the skyline. Do like Nuggets skyline jersey with that's like multicolor, like a Dikembe Mutombo. That's another Nuggets one on the list there. It's not black though, but like similar with that. Yeah, the white one. It's like a white. The one where it says like the middle. That one, yeah. That's just
Those
ridiculous.
ones are sick.
Yeah, that.
Those ones are
so I
sick.
think if I'm picking what I personally like remember and liked, it would be the Magic. But for the sheer just jersey of it all, give me a Dikembe Mutombo, red, white, yellow, blue, green Nuggets skyline with the mountains in the back. That's so fucking dope.
That is really.
And
really
again,
cool.
I don't think it was respected at the time. And then in hindsight, like imagine designing that. Like, yeah, we'll put the sky. Look at that. That's so awesome. With the 55 up top, yeah, that's the one for me. Honestly, that could have been my number one pick. All right, so top 5 jerseys, any sport, any player.
Actually, like, now seeing Josh's shirt, I actually did have an Iverson Georgetown jersey.
I had a Ewing Georgetown jersey, and an Iverson one. Iverson is a great call. Iverson's like the Sixers uniforms, especially when they were black and like the gold era. Not great. I don't care for any of the designs, but just an Iverson jersey. Yeah. Iverson was just that dude. He is fucking.
Iverson was probably the only basketball player where I was like paid attention to.
I mean, it's just absurd to be 5, realistically 10, $165, and win the MVP and take your team to the finals. Like, absolutely. And then, I mean, like they won that. They just won that one game in the finals against the Lakers, but he did the step over on Tyronn Lue, and it was like that one game and that one moment is like better than winning the ring. You know what I mean? It's like I remember that everyone was like, "This is going to be a sweep," and then the Sixers won that game, and Iverson was like, "Yeah, it is going to be a sweep," because they like, I mean, just so, and then they got their doors blown off 4 in a row, but whatever, awesome moment. So yeah, Iverson. There's certain guys where the player like supersedes the jersey. And then other guys where the jersey, like, doesn't matter what name's on the back as long as you have the jersey. So let us know your top 5 jerseys. Do our voicemails. They're brought to you by...
Who was the other guy you thought, by the way? Messier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do a Messier.
I actually do have a Messier jersey. Very small, but I won it in that series.
Oh, you mean you won it?
Like my grandfather. It was like a bet.
You always won shit as a kid. Fucking asshole. All right, voicemails today are brought to you by Liteboxer. You want to get in shape? You want to learn how to throw some hands. You want to learn some fisticuffs. You want to keep your memory sharp. It works your brain, works your muscles, works your cardio. Gets some
a 10 out of 10 workout.
It's an emotional workout, a mental workout, a physical workout, muscle, cardio, all of it. 10 out of 10.
Beat the fucking doors off a robot. It's awesome.
They should have put like a little robot face. Yeah. It's like, hello, Michael. He's like, fuck you, robot.
One you could fucking alter.
Yeah.
Just put other people's faces on it.
Let's Jackie write that idea down. That's a good idea. Lightboxer come out with customizable punching pads. Yeah. You can put like all your exes on there, put your boss on there, put Feidelberg's Case's own face on there. You can just beat up whoever you want.
It is shocking. I'm someone who I always say I don't sweat.
You're pouring.
Shocking how much of sweat this gets you going. 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. They got all different intervals for it. It is a
20 minutes of just hitting. You're gonna be tired as fuck.
Yeah, you do. It's done nice.
Right.
Where it's like you do like a round and you do some push-ups and some other shit and you do another round. But
punching is a workout. And like you do that and you have the problem is when people watch boxing matches or Rough and Rowdy or any of these things, they've never really punched, you know? And if they have punched, they've thrown like a punch. When you throw many punches in a row, you get fucking tired. You mix that out with a little adrenaline and some anger and aggression. Like it is a workout, man. And so you download the app to pair it with the light boxing equipment, and that kind of plays like a Simon Says game where the pads light up. You have to hit the pads in order in which they light up. So you got to like keep your mind sharp as well as your punches. It has a musical platform on it as well, so you're playing all the new music. And then it tracks your progress, how fast you are, how hard you're hitting, so you can get better and better and continue to become a better boxer. And whether you fought before or got in the ring or put on gloves ever or not, doesn't matter. Liteboxer is the best at-home workout you can get. Go to liteboxer.com/KFC and get $100 off your purchase. That's Liteboxer, L-I-T-E, boxer.com/KFC and get $100 off your purchase. Let's do our voicemails.
What's up, assholes? I'm following up from a voicemail from a few weeks ago about the strangest thing you'd find at the bottom of the ocean. And I guess I didn't clarify it. We have been to the deepest part of the ocean that we know of, but we have not mapped sufficiently the vast majority of the ocean floor, so there could be deeper parts out there. The reason I happen to know this is because when I was a shithead in college looking for a job, a Navy recruiter wanted me to go live on a submarine and try to map the ocean floor. It's like, I don't know if you want to see my mental health history because, yeah, anyway, just wanted to clarify that and maybe you'd revisit the question. But anyway, take care.
What?
Do I want to... Do I want to see your mental? Absolutely not.
Oh, he
sir.
wasn't talking to us. He's talking to the Navy guy, I think. I don't know what that was.
Play it one more time.
I don't think so. I don't think we need
No.
to.
What-
There was no question or anything.
Nope.
He was just clarifying something about a last voicemail. Why did the Navy offer him a job? Like, what kind of Navy?
Let me tell you something. The Navy
Why is
must
the-
be down bad. The Navy is scraping the bottom of. They're going to the bottom of the ocean.
But he
for
said,
these
like,
fucking guys.
he's like, when I was a shithead in college looking for a job, it made it
don't
seem like
remember
it was like a summer job.
I don't remember the first voicemail he left, but we were shitting on his voicemail, and he just wanted to call to clarify.
I love-
Didn't
he
do.
sounds-
I would not have recommended
He
that.
sounds like Buster Bluth talking about Army. Like,
Yeah.
so I played Navy.
Yeah, like
I went to Navy for the summer.
yeah, like, Navy wanted me to map. I don't even know the Navy mapped ocean floors.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense. They probably do most of the ocean stuff, but I don't know. I figured their attention would be elsewhere.
Like the fucking aliens that live in the ocean now.
Yeah.
That's the new theory. There was
Is
that
it?
video. Well, one of those videos shows the UAP, just disappearing into the water. Just it's like
really?
on the horizon, and it just goes under, then kind of comes back, then goes under again. So people are thinking that the aliens are just straight up in the ocean and they've been here the whole time, which would be a cool twist. It'd be kind of some War of the World shit. Like, yeah, we've been here the whole time, just waiting for you.
That would make sense.
I can't now decide if everyone being like, no one's talking about the aliens is talking about the aliens. You know?
Yeah.
If we're all talking about how no one's talking about the aliens, we're all talking about the aliens. but it's also like we're still not really. If you're still talking about, I hate these people who are like they just keep moving the goalposts. You know, it's like I need a picture. It's like, well, here's the picture. Well, it's not clear enough. It's like, well, then if I give you a crystal clear picture, you'd probably be like, well, I need to see the inside, and then it's gonna be you need to see the people. It's like
See, I don't. And I think maybe it's just because I've always just like believed in aliens and accepted the fact that they're almost certainly a reality. That,
There's
like,
such a difference
I'm
between a
a-
reality and being out there, or being like organisms, or being like things that get in aircraft and fly here. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, but it's like I see them.
You
and I'm
think
like,
they're here?
I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah.
So
Like,
you think that
like,
there's like,
I see
like
people
smart
like,
beings, superior beings that flown here, like no doubt about it.
I don't. There are obviously doubts, but I see it. and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's probably what I thought. You
Yeah.
know, it's almost like
But but you're not saying like I don't believe it. I need to see better.
no.
That's what I mean. The people who are
but,
like-
but it's also. I
like,
mean,
this
I
is-
would argue it's just as bad. Because I'm like, well, I don't really care. Like it's I knew that.
is right on brand. but like the people like who are this, I just don't get how it doesn't move the needle. When the fucking government's like, we don't know what those are. I think that is absolutely wild.
I think it's
People just
crazy.
go, I need to see better pictures. Why?
No,
Also, I love that they're like, how do we not have like better footage of it? And in the same breath, we're telling you that it goes like 50,000 miles per hour and turns on a dime and like can disappear in an instant. And you want me to like snap it with my like perfect camera? It's like, why do you only have like radar footage? Because we don't get only captured on fucking radar, man. Sorry, I didn't just like have my camera ready to snap this thing that was moving in a way that defies the laws of physics as we know it. Sorry, I didn't get a good gram photo. You fucking assholes. If I was the government, I'd come out and be like, fuck you guys. We're just trying to tell you there's aliens and you won't listen. Next up.
What up, boys? Kevin, Feits, whole crew, producers, long time, first time. So I saw this TikTok, and I was listening to the Cure the Cancer with the Dick episode the other day. So I got a would you rather for you guys. Would you rather be able to snap your fingers and relive the experience of enjoying something for the first time? So you can watch a show for the first time, get the feeling of like a blowjob again, tasting of food for the first time, or be able to cure disease, like a big one, just one. So like AIDS, cancer, or heart disease. But here's the thing though. The whole world has to know what you choose. So if you go with the first one, all those people with AIDS, like, know you fucked them over.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
What do you guys choose?
To me, that's the huge X factor there. You got,
I
I think I would cure the disease.
I think
anyway,
I'm doing
to be
both
honest.
anyway, yeah.
But on top of it, it's like, dude, you wanted to taste hot dogs for the first time, so me and all these children are gonna die. You're an all-time villain. Martin Shkreli got trouble for fucking doing something like all pharmaceutical companies do, just because he was perceived as killing people. If you were just like, I could fix you, but I want to be able to watch Breaking Bad for the first time ever. Oh my God, you'd be an all-time villain.
I actually don't think I'd even like. We talk about it a lot, but in theory, I don't think I'd like it in practice. To be like, okay, I'm gonna snap my fingers again. And I forget all of Breaking Bad. Like, I'll just rewatch it. I don't know.
I mean, I get the notion of like.
I definitely get the notion, but I don't think I'd actually want it.
Use it all that much.
I'd be scared that like it's gonna fucking
be permanent or
like wipe out
the whole
more
brain.
or something. And also, but like, yeah, like it is. I don't know. I just
If
like,
you could Men in Black one thing out of your brain, what would it be? Not. I'm not saying to relive it. I'm saying to not relive it, to not have it in your brain.
Oh,
you know
that list is much longer.
That's what I mean. Narrow it down though. Like, is it E. coli Christmas or is
no,
it?
fuck no. It would be something happy probably.
I think
all of those things are beneficial to my career.
I know what I would do. I would erase the simp story you just told me. It's that pathetic. It's that upsetting. I'm gonna have to go to sleep tonight going, man, my best friend is pathetic, and I don't want to feel that. I would erase your memory. I would erase you crying at Miracle. Simpin ain't easy.
Simp Squad, baby.
Should we make a Simpin ain't easy shirt? Or I've been simping since simping was simping. We might need to make some simp shirts. Let's make the simp line. I like it. We gotta, man. There'd be 2 people on the planet Earth that wear it. Like, imagine paying money for simp clothes. Listen, anybody out there with a good sense of humor and a healthy dose of self-awareness, they'd rock a simp shirt. Show up to the party, much like being the asshole wearing the jersey at the party, you wear a simp shirt.
You're all fucking simps.
Everybody's a simp. Everybody simps for something, somehow, some way.
Y'all simp for a woman. Everybody
does simp for a woman. It's you simp one way or another. You can even be like, you can even not even be like a sad little simp, but you're still simping. You know what I mean? You're still doing. In my mind, anytime you do something that's like you wouldn't ordinarily do for a girl or a guy, even for sex or whatever. It doesn't have to be like for love. It could be like, I want to fuck that girl or that guy, so I'm gonna like do XYZ, and you're simping.
Yeah,
you know,
dude, bro. My girlfriend's texting me right now that she doesn't feel well, and can I get her soup on the way home?
Simp.
I'm gonna get that soup. Simp.
Well, you could. I mean, you could also say that's just being a nice, caring person. That could just be, you're helping the person you're in love with.
In my mind, it's simping, Kevin.
Yeah. I was talking to hang on, let me see if I can find this before I bring this up. I was talking to Raina from Girls Gotta Eat. It was just like, men will let you do literally the worst shit on earth to them if you do some weird ass slut stuff in the bedroom. You're right. So one thing you can erase, you can't erase?
I honestly don't think I'd erase anything. I like my mind the way it is.
Which is,
because
I mean,
it's a dangerous practice. It's a fucking house of cards in there.
Yeah, it's a
you
fine
pull
line.
one and like who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, like what changes me, right?
Like if you took away one of your simp moments and all of a sudden you're like a confident guy or something. That's some Twilight Zone shit where you make a wish and it comes true, but you don't think about the consequences. Sort of thing, where you're like, oh, I wish to get rid of this one thing in my brain, and now you're like a miserable, you're successmal and you're like a millionaire, but you're like miserable because you know whatever.
I'm honestly trying to think. I can't think of anything that like, oh man. Probably that one time I looked at my own asshole.
I would erase that. I'd erase you telling me that. I think I would genuinely erase you telling me when that poop fell out of that girl's ass in New Orleans.
It didn't. She just said don't.
Oh, okay. I guess in my mind it came out.
No, she said, "Don't let your dick fall out." Oh shit!
Awful.
Sounded just like me right now.
All right, last voicemail. We got Ryan
It's
Long.
a woman who has a pack of Winston's for breakfast. She was like,
"What's up, KFC Fights? Nick, Jackie, BC, if you're out there. Just thinking about shit after listening to the episode where KFC kind of talks about how we follow guidance no matter what. He's talking about how, you know what, we follow the lines on the road.
Yeah.
We follow red light, green light. And I was just thinking about it. It's like, what other shit do you really think about that we follow without anybody else telling us? The number one thing I could think of was how every artist rhymes. Straight up. It could be the hardest metal group in the world. They're going to rhyme when they're singing. Or the hardest rapper in the world. They're going to rhyme when they're singing.
Music, you just
Or hardest country artist, they're going to rhyme. So what else
This guy
do
is
we
3
do
cheat out of his fucking.
without even
I was hoping he was
realizing
going
it?
to keep naming
Just
genres.
in order for
Yeah,
it to fit
bro.
in.
That's
All right, boys,
those are a
do
little.
it.
Jesus Christ, pal, pipe down. There's two different things there. There's like I say, like the fact that everybody will just follow. They stop when the light is shining red instead of green. They people like, for the most part, you don't just like. I don't know. If you don't like somebody, you don't just like fucking walk up to them and like punch them in the face. There's like certain rules of decorum. You all just, and then there's things like music is just like, we just rhyme, or even like the way people play instruments and stuff. It's all kind of generally the same idea. You just kind of fall in line with a lot.
But that one's a little weird because I mean,
what-
that's what sounds the best.
But why? Why does
I don't know
singing
why.
sound? There's different types of voices, but why when I go like, oh, does that sound terrible? And your version sounds better to ears. Why is one thing considered pleasurable? It's like I was this book I was reading. It was talking about piano. Like if I just go up to a piano and just bang on it, you'd be like, oh my, stop.
Wait,
stop.
hang on,
But if
stop.
Yeah, I was reading a book. Yeah.
What book were you reading?
It was what's it called? I don't even know the name of it. It's a stupid book. It's not like I was reading like an intellectual book. It
Something
was
for Shay.
No. It was still an adult book. It was like in the Da Vinci Code series. It was like those books.
Oh, okay.
And it was
You were reading this recently?
yeah, it's like it's on
Angels and
Audible. It's
Demons?
like no, it's called Origins. is what it's
Origins,
called.
yeah.
And he was talking about it's all about like the order of life and science and religion. Everything falls into order and like chaos versus order. And like bang on a piano and you hate it, like play it in a melody and it's like you're amazing, but it's still just hitting things, making noise. And why? And his point was that humans need order. Like you need things to be. We are predisposed to like things organized, like things in order, whether it's sounds or sights or whatever. That's why when you clean up, it needs to look a certain way and all that kind of shit. Yeah, these are high thoughts. These are.
This is all fucked
Did you
up.
see Chrissy Edibles on his Patreon?
No.
He just pops some edibles and does an episode on his Patreon, and on Instagram there's a highlight reel of it. And at one point he's so fucking stoned. His eyes are so stoned. Like Jasmine's yelling at him and he's in trouble in the back, and then he just goes, "How do you throw out a garbage can, man?" And I just lost it. How do you throw out a garbage can? They would never pick it up. They would never put it in the truck. They would never, ever throw it out. You'd have to leave a note that says, "This is garbage. Please take it." They would never take it away. Can't throw out a garbage can.
She's right.
And I was like, I was completely sober laughing. And I was like, oh, my God. If I was high when you said that, I would collapse. I would hyperventilate and die. I would laugh so hard. How do you throw out a garbage can, man? So good. All right, Ryan Long's here. Speaking of good, Ryan Long, funny fucking comedian from Canada. He came over to America in the middle of the pandemic. So kind of the worst case imaginable for a comic trying to make it. And yet he's still making waves on Instagram. And now he's back in the clubs. He's like Canada's Bam Margera. He's like a jackass.
He's the man. I like
he
Ryan
really
Long.
is. He's a musician at heart, funny ass guy, great personality. Came in. He also did Answer the Internet, which we are trying to ramp back up. So go to Answer the Internet on YouTube and subscribe if you hadn't. We're gonna start replaying some best of episodes and some compilations and whatnot to try to get that channel back up and running, and then we're gonna be able to play.
Every day going forward, we'll have best clips and stuff.
Nice.
We already have them loaded, scheduled, so at least once a day you'll be getting like one of our heavy hitters.
Oh, phenomenal. So Answer the Internet's back, folks. You can download the app, today. It's Answer the Internet's in the store. You can also just buy the physical card game. The YouTube series is back up and running, so soon enough we're gonna have Ryan Long, we'll have Soder and Gillis, we got Nikki Cass, we got a few people already doing it, and a few more lined up. So ATI back. Let's talk to Ryan Long here on KFC Radio. Let's get into it. Ryan Long's here. It's the summertime, basically. It's too hot. I'm already done. I'm like, when is the weather gonna get cold again?
You're sweating your fucking tits off.
You guys don't go live,
sweating.
do you?
No.
So you can say, whatever you want. Drop all the racial slurs you want.
Yeah,
Ryan.
bleep
Go
out
ahead.
those N-words.
Yeah, I feel like you a shorts guy.
Shorts?
Yeah, do you wear shorts?
No.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
way
cool to wear
too-
shorts. You're
yeah,
too
yeah.
cool. You're straight up too cool for shorts. I was that. I felt like I tried last year. I remember we had this argument. I was like, I don't do shorts, and I was like, I'm not cool enough to not be a shorts guy, so I'm just gonna wear shorts.
See,
But I look like ridiculous.
That's not cool. And I've done the same now, where I've just kind of I used to be a non-shorts guy probably until 3 years ago, and now I'm just like, whatever, baby. It's about comfort and like.
We look disgusting.
Yeah, that's the flip. But there's a way to make them work. Like for me, you got to go with shorts. Like that's the.
Yeah, but also I definitely can't pull that off. The shorts are getting crazy. They're like a 3.5-inch inseam. My dick would be hanging out the fucking bottom. I got
Kevin
too fat
wore
of an
shorts, like
Oh,
the
man.
police would be called.
I mean,
For sure.
if I had like that exposed, like you're much better. Get the fuck out of here.
Mine's pink. I actually,
I forgot about your
I have a
stupid
tattoo at least, so it's all right.
I got a good 69 on the ankle.
Yeah.
This is a Sour Patch Kid that was done in this office. Like, we
Did they trace it?
Yeah, it was traced, but it was by a guy who's never given a tattoo before.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So
I got 2 of those. My cousin, he got a tattoo gun, and we were like blasted at Christmas. And I kept telling my mom, I was like, let's get a tattoo of Mother, and that'll be your Christmas present. She's all like, don't do it. I'll show you guys. I think it's on this side. Do you see?
Up on the shoulder?
No,
No,
it's on
that's
the other
just
side.
yeah.
Is there anything
You
there?
don't even know where your mom tattoos at?
I don't think it's
It's
there.
gotta be
Are
there.
you
You
sure?
making this up?
Nothing.
There's a boat.
A boat. It says Mother.
Oh, okay. All right. I was looking for just to say Mother. I was like, bro, there is
But
no
see how
mother
bad
on
that
it.
tattoo is? Did he never get a
That's
tattoo
better than I
before?
thought that was
In my-
going to be.
For someone who's never given a tattoo, that looks like I mean, I knew it was a boat. I could tell it was a boat.
I don't even think he's ever done a drawing before.
I got a tattoo gun during the pandemic, just for like. Honestly, I got like a month into the pandemic, and I was like, I'm getting a tattoo gun. Fuck it. And
You got a tattoo gun?
I got one. And
That was his big like pandemic thing. Was like we're gonna get drunk and do tattoos.
And it's only happened once, but I was actually almost did it the other night, and I must have lost. I lost like a piece of it, so like it's a useless tattoo gun now. But I got it on Amazon.
But it also was like $60. Just buy another one.
Yeah, it was like $120, and I was like, this is the expensive one, and I thought it was weird that like the expensive tattoo gun on Amazon is $120.
I would have guessed like $1,000.
Well, I
don't know
made that
why,
joke
but
a
I
couple
fucking-
times, and then someone just looked it up, and they're like, dude, they're like $5,000 tattoo guns.
That makes
I
sense.
just love
Like
the
it-
idea of how people being like, "How's your pandemic? Not good." You show up like tattoos on your face, like, "Yeah, not great."
I'm
It
like
was-
that guy
I
from-
went through a thing. You
had a book of world records, like
dick on your
I
forehead.
got a fork tongue. My eyeballs are tattooed.
Yeah, you're like, "Yeah, it wasn't a great pandemic. Things got a little weird."
What's your worst tattoo?
I mean,
do you
the
got one
boat's
that you
pretty
hate?
bad.
Yeah.
69's pretty bad. Well, the worst tattoo, I had see this right here, which is my second worst tattoo. Underneath, it's my worst tattoo.
My dad once tells the story. He was in the chair about to get a spider web on his face, like a full fucking
Your dad's
spider web.
fucking that guy?
Yeah, apparently, but I don't.
That guy probably
He
smoked
doesn't-
so many cigarettes.
Oh yeah, I definitely read that. But
You in the
how about
car,
this?
hot
How
dog,
how about
on
this
each
though?
hand.
Smoking like a New Jersey December.
No filter. You just snips off the filter.
He doesn't, to my knowledge, though, have any tattoos. But the one he almost got.
What
Was
was
the
he? He
spider
was in
web.
the chair getting it. Like
He said he was like sitting there, like let's do it, and then
His wife
had
walked in, like,
Somebody
"What the
like
fuck are
somebody
you
with
doing?"
cooler heads prevailed and was like, "Don't do this." He did crazy shit.
Was he trying to get in with a gang?
Yeah, that, I mean, I'm, like that's the
Was
thing.
this an initiation of sorts?
Did you also like cut someone's face with a box cutter, Dad? Did you have to like prove
That's
your-
not my
your
kid.
gang
Well, if
related?
it's well, does his dad have a spiderweb tattoo?
Kevin's dad's like one of the most interesting people alive. Like,
Dude.
He's a G. It sounds
he
like.
lived in the woods in Pennsylvania and had a pet monkey.
A pet monkey that his neighbor's dog ate. for the longest time, I was convinced he fucked Sharon Stone because she went to high school with him before she was famous.
But
And
your
then-
dad waved it off. That's so chilly.
Yes.
He's like, fuck
Dude,
it."
yes.
My
And
dick was
that's-
already fucking sore that day.
That's what I learned just like this past year because I was like, I was having a talk with him. And because he is the least technologically savvy guy, so he wouldn't even know how to find the podcast. Rarely listens to us. And I told him,
Sorry,
dude. I was like, just so you know, like I, very regularly talk about you fucking.
My
Sharon
mom
Stone.
listens to Barstool nonstop.
Yeah?
What?
No. There's a couple
She's
moms
playing
here and
beer
there who do.
fucking pong right now.
We got a couple moms here who do
I'm
listen
sure, yeah.
and stumbled upon this, and like we told the employee here, like, tell your mother to stop right now. Like, not this show.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
listen to like the college football show. Don't listen to fucking our show.
Sorry, I
man.
know I interrupted your
No,
story for my
yeah,
bad joke.
then I brought up the Sharon Stone thing, and he was like, no, it actually didn't happen. And I was like, damn, what are you doing? Like, why didn't you? And he was like, because it's pretty cool to say you turned down Sharon Stone. I was like,
Bro,
damn, dude.
I'd rather get fucking deep in Sharon Stone.
And your dad had the foresight to know, like, if she gets famous,
that's the thing. I'm like,
the
just
story
saying
will be
that
better.
now. At
He
the
just turns
time.
away everyone just in case. Yeah, but
I
when
never
she-
had sex in my life, but I turned down all the Hollywood stars.
Yeah, but when she goes to Hollywood,
just in case this
Dad,
person ever
she's a
makes
fucking
Basic Instinct 2.
She's a barista that's a 6. You never know.
Looking for our next
The
Melissa
internet,
McCarthy.
man, anybody can pop off on TikTok. You
this
never know.
body positivity movement popped off. Your dad's like gonna be pretty cool pretty soon.
Dude, he told me he once he went to school around here, so I think it was the Throgs Neck Bridge. Him and his gang, and I think he ended up backing out of it. Yeah, he went rolling with the gang.
Switchblade gang?
Yeah, probably ripping cigs with spiderweb tattoos, knifing people. But
Stipping.
they like climbed to the fucking top of the bridge, like that main bridge bar, and they like rappelled down and painted a gigantic 76 for class of 76 when they graduated. Like a fucking, I saw a picture of it. It's huge. It probably had to be like 30-foot numbers, and they were just like tying off with like a rope.
This is our
And
bridge.
he was
now.
like, I'm not. Yeah, I'm the captain now. It was like the one thing he like didn't do. He was like the tattoo and the bridge thing. I bowed out on. I did
And
everything
and
else.
Sharon
Oh, you
Stone.
didn't
I was
do
gonna.
that?
Yeah, I guess my dad's.
That's why he had to get the tattoo.
his most famous things are saying no. Yeah. I was like, what'd you say yes to, bro?
But he was gonna do over the. That's not even a thing.
I guess it was like supposed to be like
I understand,
the
like,
center
the little-
and then kind of like
The center?
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's a wild tattoo.
I mean that's a life ruiner. That's it. You're done. You don't get a job. You don't get a girl. Or I guess you get very specific jobs and very specific girls after
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
those-
But I'm not here. My
You get
my mom's
promoted
not.
at in his
Right.
street gang.
Yeah, you
Like,
become
face
like a drug
tattoos-
lord. You know.
Face tattoos and neck tattoos. There's no such thing as middle class.
These days,
yeah,
man, that was
that's so
used to be
true.
before.
You're either like a famous rapper or
You're like a billionaire.
These
or
days, though, like, and think about it in 10 years. Like, I used to say when I was in Toronto, when I got every tattoo I have before I was 22. So I've got a tattoo
really?
in like over 10 years.
Are you
right?
over it? Like,
No, I
would
just
you
felt like this is the look I was going for.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
you
what I mean?
achieved it. Yeah.
You've achieved Nirvana.
Yeah, I don't know. I got them all over. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of, I didn't want to have full sleeves. Like, I thought this looked like cool, but that's what I was saying. I go, at the time, I was like a guy with a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
And in Toronto, now I'm a guy with a really average amount of tattoos. Like where I was from. Like it's switched so the neck tattoos now, I think in 10 years, you're gonna go to your doctor's office, he's gonna have like a
Yes.
stethoscope on his neck.
Right. All of that shit, whether it's tattoos, sex tapes, like wild stories, I feel like everything is gonna be like, yeah, your average dude
I think
has done
so,
it all.
too, yeah.
right?
I
mean,
remember this was years ago. This is probably
Well, at
honestly
least my
probably-
girl ex-girlfriends.
Probably like 10 years ago, I saw an Onion article, and the article was like, all presidential candidates from 2040 something on have just lost eligibility because of Facebook. And I think the exact opposite is going to happen. We just don't give a shit about anything.
Right. If
It
everybody's done blackface, if everyone's done the sex tape, if everyone's done this, then you're all
It
back
has
in.
to. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the other option? I mean, I'll tell you one thing is like those places are falling apart because no one wants to go there.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I get places all the time where they're like, hey, you want to have a meeting with this place? And I was like, why? So I could like try really hard to get a job that'll ruin my life. What are you out of your mind? Like, I've seen this play out before.
Yeah.
I was a fucking wild guy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I go, those places just aren't for me anymore. And then if you kick out all the wild people, what do you get? You turn your thing into like a fucking bureaucracy,
Yeah.
and your shit sucks.
Right. You need the wild guys. You need some of those people.
Especially in like this kind of shit.
We had a guy here who was an intern, almost like I don't know, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. And he got caught up in this very infamous Barstool storyline where he illegally downloaded like a torrent of porn at work.
Okay.
And so we got a letter.
What do you mean illegally? Oh, because
Like,
Tor just.
yeah, and it was supposed to pay for porn.
He
You're supposed-
downloaded the full Pirates 2 stack.
Didn't he read the thing that
He was-
says it's illegal?
He was the disclaimer. You're not supposed.
I
he
always
was
get there and
pirating
I go,
pirate
oh
porn.
shit, I didn't,
Yeah. Right. But so we got an email from like Comcast being like, you're, I don't know, being sued or fined or some shit for illegal downloading.
Barstool was.
Yeah. I mean, at the time we were like very, very much smaller. And so Dave and everyone else is kind of grilling everyone in the office like, who was it? And
You had a whodunit?
dude, for like 3 weeks. He had a single
you're
he had a
filming and
single
shit?
light bulb. He was grilling him like it was an interrogation. So this kid, he denied it. Finally caves in. He becomes known as Pirate Simon because he downloaded pirate porn. Fast forward to like modern, a couple years ago, he got a job and like they looked it up, found it, and like they rescinded the offer because
Come
of it. It's
on.
like,
Because that's like, I've downloaded porn before.
Right, like-
fire everybody. then.
Yeah, right.
Like, fire fucking everyone.
come on, man, like that can't be the bar.
That's your dad comes in and they find out about his bridge thing. They're like, we can't have you here, but we are offering you the job as a president. We didn't know you were so sick. We honestly.
Those are the guys you want, right?
Yeah, you're so
those
fucking
those are
dirty.
the dudes who are fucking. They're a G. That's the guy I want running the country. That's the guy I want to be in the CEO.
Dude,
you know?
yeah, so many people. So I think, yeah, that's like the gist right now. I think you guys are onto something where it goes one way or the other. Like places like this where, I guess you guys fire some people, but
Like one person. What up, Francis? What
I
up,
just know
Francis?
Francis.
That's really it.
I had some beers with Francis last night. He's doing good.
He's doing all right.
But I think it's so funny when like Portnoy's always like, these fucking cancel cultures. Francis is like, I mean,
It is the single most hypocritical thing in the world. But Dave was also pretty honest about that, where he was just like, yeah, I don't know. Other people I wouldn't have fired, but I fired Francis. Well, okay. He was just like, I'm blatantly unfair. All right, then. I mean, that's Dave's
yeah,
thing.
I mean, who isn't a fucking hypocrite? Dude, it's like, and as soon as you're in charge of anything, it's like, even when you go, oh, everyone's censoring, and then if you have a chat room that you kind of moderate, and one guy is just like, his whole life is like trying to wreck your thing, you go, all right, enough of it. Like, I don't know.
For sure.
That happened with Parler so fast, where Parler was like, everyone can say anything. And then someone came in and was like, I liked Obama. Like, banned. This is anyone can say anything for conservative people. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think, I feel like Dave... I feel like anytime you get in control of like something big too, it's really easy to be like, I would never do that, and then you have like $1 zillion company, and it's like, well, we're gonna lose all of our sponsors unless I fire you, Francis.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, I'm gonna fire
It's
you.
all fucking complicated.
Yeah.
It's not as cut and dry. And we're like, who? That's. I mean, some people literally live like fucking, Christians or whatever, or Christians for their cause, whatever, where they're like, but anyone that isn't that, you're going to be a hypocrite. That's the situation.
I'm the biggest
Being
hypocrite
a
in the world.
hypocrite's being an adult.
How
basically.
many dudes do you know that go, like, growing up with, they go, I would never date a girl that was like this. I would never date this. And you see them, that's their like wife is exactly that. And they go, yeah, I don't know.
That just happened. It, honestly, particularly with that, I feel like, I was one of them, but I know a ton of guys who are just like, yeah, it just got away from me. Like, I don't know. I was dating her, and next thing I know, I was
Yeah,
married
that
to her, and I was
happens
divorced.
a
and-
lot.
It's easy to be
Relationship.
ideological when you're fucking 16. You know what I mean? And then you just end up with some chick.
Who like who
Who's your wife? I don't know.
It was just some chick who really wanted mason jars at the wedding. She thought it gave it a country vibe.
Are you fucking? You catch me shopping for furniture? You put a fucking gun to my head, brother.
Bro, it was my idea to go shopping for furniture the other day.
Yeah,
I was like, I think we can use some new patio furniture.
Dude,
Let's hit Soho.
I'm worse. I'm doing that for my studio. I walk into a place and just like, hey, where do I get furniture?
Are you the furniture store?
I'd like some furniture. What kind? Just like an assortment of furniture.
How is so? What you renting space? You're buying space? I feel like
so I got.
that's always a good sign. That
I
means
got
you're-
like an apartment in the East Village that's just
for
it's
work.
just gonna be
Yeah.
No, just for a studio.
Right. That's what I mean though.
I want
It's
to
not
like
it's not
this
gonna be
is
like
cool.
you're not living there.
No, I have a house.
Yeah.
Imagine that's me saying like I got a studio. I was like, also my bed's there. Also, I have been living there. I've lived there. I'm turning my bathroom into a studio. No, I got a separate place, but I've had it for a month, and I literally go in and like dick around for a while, and then I pull my phone out and look. I go, this looks like shit. And then I Google studios. Like I was looking at yours. I Google other places. I go, that's cool. I go, how do you like do a wall? Like, I keep hoping to run into someone, you know, because I don't know as many people in America because I'm kind of new here in a pandemic. But like, I feel like in Toronto, I would just tell everyone this, and then eventually someone would be like, you know, I do that.
Right.
And I go, that's
you do it for me. Yeah. You're just waiting for your American, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
We'll find one for you.
Yeah, we honestly would. We honestly probably could. Maybe even the fucking people who just did this.
No, I don't want your guys. I'm gonna come back. And be
I'll call my mom. She's always looking for
I'm
something
gonna
to
do
do.
some fucking mini basketball nets and shit.
Yeah, you don't want a Barstool vibe. You're too cool for that.
I don't want my vibe either. Like the thing is, I don't want it to look like a fucking, you know, a band dressing room, because that's what someone would look at me and go loud and clear, and there'd be skulls everywhere and shit. And I go, this is corny too. I'm fucking 35.
That's the worst part about this, or really anything. It's like the worst part about asking someone what they do. Someone did it to me last weekend. I think someone asked what my podcast was about. Just asking someone, be it through fucking actual action and decoration, or just through words. We're just like, what are you all about?
Yeah, explain to me your
don't
worth.
Fucking ask
you.
me like what my interests are and shit. I don't fucking know, dude.
How dare you? How dare you take an interest in me?
Like, all right, so you're gonna have a room that's gonna have
No, they wanna
shelves.
sum you up.
What are some things you like so we can put them on the shelves?
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. Go
Yeah,
fuck.
they did. I remember them saying that, like, we need some things that like represent you, and I was like, I don't know. How do you put suicide on a wall, man? How do you put self-loathing into a frame?
That's the worst.
How
Don't put me in a fucking box and then you're such that box.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
oh, I'm just some band guy to you, and they're like, do you do this? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. Do you do this? Do you like this? And I go, oh, I don't want to be. Damn it. None of your business if I fucking did that.
It is like like just describing exactly what you are. It's just the meanest thing. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, it's so reductionist too.
Yeah, right.
You say
I'm more than
anything.
that.
You know, he's one of those finance guys or something. You sound
Right.
like that's like. Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that works in finance. What's wrong with that? But it's, and you say one of those, and you just put that before anything. It's the worst.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that like cooks food for money. A chef, like that's some problem.
Yeah, I mean, we get it with the sports shit all the time, and like, I mean, at this point, you know, I think we each have like one team that we really root for, but you know, we're not like the sports guys anymore by any means. But then,
No, it's sort of a culture
somebody
thing.
sends a fucking, you know, painting of a hockey guy and a baseball guy. We're like, oh, this is cool. Put it on the wall. All right, I like it. You know, I do feel like you're not a sports guy, right?
Well, I played pretty competitive sports my whole life, but I don't follow like that.
I just feel like we both have like over the years been like, it just, unless you gamble, and because then you're always into it, or if you went to like a big time college, so you follow that like alma mater,
Yeah.
it just like dwindles. It's just I can't be like I do. You know, baseball for me is it. So I'm a maniac
You
about
can
the
follow
Mets.
one thing,
but
unless
everything
you're
else is like
Some
you
guys
know.
that are following 8 things, I go, don't you have shit to do?
Yeah, well, that's honestly the thing too. That's why I hate that baseball is my thing too. It's like 55,000 games this year that I'm supposed to fucking watch.
That's a bad one to follow.
Yeah,
And
it's like,
you're supposed to know stats.
It's the worst. It's like fucking 6 days a week. They're like, why weren't you watching the game? Like, because there's 200 more. I'm allowed to miss one.
I
But
watched
yeah.
like actually most of the Bruins games this year, and even like I watched they played 56. I would guess I watched mid to high 40s.
Yeah,
And-
I mean,
and even like professional sports people were like, well, that's a lot.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I don't have to watch that many.
Right.
Okay.
I can cut back.
I was
get your respect.
trying to be real. Like, I was trying to
Yeah.
like, get into there. Like,
Right.
oh yeah, that's too many
Shit.
games.
But
All right.
yeah, that's why everyone loves fucking boxing, because you go, who are the two guys? This guy, oh,
Yeah.
he's supposed to win. He's the underdog.
Yeah,
and
you,
go, I'm
you can
in.
just enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Violence, easy.
Even
you know?
basketball, basketball, there's no helmets. You go, that's the guy that scores most of the points. Like, it doesn't take that long to
You can
fucking
pick right up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball is probably the easiest. Like behind that line's 3 points, can't slap a guy.
That's it. Done.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
it
the
moving.
easiest one.
I was trying to
What-
explain baseball to my kids, and I was like, this game is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's dumb.
I mean, again, that's like you say
They're
anything,
all
you go,
dumb.
you just like girls go, oh, what? You just like hit a ball with a bat? You
Yeah.
go, you could say this about fucking.
Anything.
You know what I was having the conversation the other day of like kind of when girls write off dudes that are like cocky or whatever like that, and I'm like, I like that. Okay, there's New York guys is like a little more sad boy,
Yeah.
like a little-
Yeah, for
which is
sure.
obviously cool. I like the mix, right? But in the LA guys they won't let you know. They're like, I'm killing it, crushing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like. in the right mood, I actually prefer that guy. And they go, you know, when you have I have friends in like, you know, where I'm from, they're just like always like, they're always got some news. I'm fucking got this company, I got this, but it never works out.
Right.
But I'd rather hear that than meet up with him. He's like, things aren't going good, brother. I'm like,
Don't hang out with us, honey.
I like the hype man sometimes.
Like, that is true. Like, you need someone gassing you up. That's why, like, Spider's my favorite guy in the office.
What up, King?
We just
killing it, you know?
What's up, King? I'm like, what's up, baby? How we doing today?
Yeah, I think if you don't have some sort of balance of that, you do just end up in a spiral of depression.
Yeah, and you guys obviously you have a fucking good job and things.
Well,
are
yeah,
going good, so
I
it's
think
hard to
it's
go too deep into it.
I think we always complain or like mope about things that were the shit that I really am
impossible
ashamed
not
of
to.
and not good at. I won't talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the shit I keep tucked
Cut
away.
the penis off. Yeah, that's private. Only me and my mother know, and his mother. Yeah, dude, like it's that old thing, but literally there'd be that thing where you go, "Fuck, I'd love this." You have it like day 2. I go, "Okay, yeah, I mean, whatever."
I suffer from that so much.
impossible.
If you told me 5 years, 10 years, fucking 6 months ago, sometimes I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Oh, I'm
Sick.
set,
Nailed
Like,
it.
I've achieved all I wanted to achieve." And now instead, it's like, "Okay, what's next?" Like, great, don't care, new thing.
But that's
and
why
it's-
you're do good, and that's why you keep having new properties and whatever.
For sure. I think
It's
that's
like,
good, like for professional success. I don't know if it's great.
Well,
for just,
the
like,
answer to that is, I mean, really, the thing is, I think probably is you still need to be like that, but you need to just find a way to sort of at least a little bit enjoy the getting there.
appreciate what you got. Yeah,
No, not
yeah.
even what you got. The thing. So it's like even like you're doing this podcast, like enjoy, like this is cool to do.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
I'm still want this other thing, but
Right. But when I'm doing
everything
this, I enjoy
I'm
it.
doing isn't just for that.
Right,
like, that's the product of it. I think that's probably to some degree the answer, at least for guys.
Your main thing is you focus on stand-up, like being on stage doing it live, or are you more like focusing on internet now?
Well, I kind of see
they all feed each other.
Yeah,
so,
I see stand-up as the linchpin of everything.
Right.
Because it's like your business card. That's how I see. So it's when stand-up starts to suffer, I watch everything else suffer with other people. So I'm very conscious of not. But it's again like then you work too hard on this and you go, okay, I need it. It's all like you know the bottles that you're filling them up and that one's empty and you fill the other one. Is that a thing?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I do know, but it was a horrible explanation.
Yeah.
You know, the bottle of the thing,
you
and
got
fill
a
it
full
up.
bottle, and if you keep
they're all
pouring in
leaking.
different
Yeah,
things,
and
then
they're all
they're all-
leaking.
yeah.
Exactly. So that's stand-up to me is like the linchpin, and even when you're not in the clubs. When I was in the pandemic, not doing the clubs, I felt like when I was making videos, I was losing my edge a little bit, and it's not even. It's like it's real because if you do a joke in a club like every night for 2 weeks, you're finding out. You go. You're not guessing where the lines are. You go, okay, I know. Because people will be like, how can you say that? I go, no, I know because I've been. So I think the clubs keep you sharp on like understanding like the energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all the
I feel like
the parts go to each other.
I feel like stand-up for you guys, podcasts used to help you sell stand-up tickets.
Oh, for everything.
But
other
then-
than stand-up helps you do good at stand-up. That's the cardinal. That's the cardinal fucking whatever. What do you call it? Like whatever complexity. But the thing is, how do you be a successful stand-up? Be popular at everything other
Everything
than
else
stand-up.
and drive. Yeah, but then now I also feel like doing stand-up is almost like and subscribe to my Patreon. Like it all kind of like I think the internet kind of took over.
Yeah, you
with,
get to
like,
run your own
revenue
little
streams
business
a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's
and
interesting to see.
it sort of moved together because it was at the same time where the stuff we were talking about before, where the industry's becoming so unattractive, and also they don't kind of want wild dudes and stuff like that. And at the same time, everyone's figuring out how to run their own thing, and all the fucking misfits or whatever in this thing, and that started to become more attractive. And people are smart, like dudes are fucking okay. I can do. Watch the guys like Schultz and that, like they're fucking running little umpires.
Yeah. You see like the matrix of it.
And
all,
then
where it's like,
everyone looks at everyone else and you go, oh yeah, I'll do. That's a good way to do that. Oh, you hired a guy? Oh, I could hire a guy.
Yeah. No, it really does become like that's why I was happy to hear that you're getting your own studio because I feel like that's kind of like you get a studio, you get a team, you have like a whole people underneath you. You are you gonna try to do like I'm always interested in when the idea of like is the Netflix special still like the gold standard for stand-up people, or is it like
I don't think so. I think it's they diluted that a lot.
They kind of fucked themselves by giving.
It's all those
everyone
things.
one.
All those things. Like if you look
Everybody,
at
man.
fucking late night spots.
Yeah, same thing, right?
They used to be like, oh, this guy
make
was
it to
on
that.
Kimmel. Now you see some guy, and it's like, this guy was on, whatever, Fallon 9 times in the city, and you go, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
That is the like sometimes I've been going to stand up pretty regularly. So I've probably gone like not regularly to you, I'm sure, but like I've probably gone 4 or 5 times since clubs opened again, which to me is like that's probably
for
like,
a normal person.
right?
Most people go 0 times.
Right, yeah, like that's a pretty good amount for me, and I have noticed that. I've noticed 2 things actually. One, I noticed that like when someone is introduced, it's like you've seen him on late night, and they're like. There's like a who the fuck hasn't been on that show?
Dude, like we're about to get a spot.
I think I've accidentally been on that show.
Yeah,
and I
so
don't
that's,
do
that's
stand
just not the game anymore at all.
Yeah.
But the other thing I noticed, and I could be wrong here, but it feels like everyone, if they don't do well, and I'm sure people aren't doing well because it's been, it's been, at least in New York City, it's been closed for quite a while, and you're trying to get back into it. Everyone is really quick to blame the audience. Like really fast,
really?
And they're just like
they
you
might
guys
just
are just too fucking woke here tonight. And we're like, I don't know, man. Like that wasn't even an edgy joke. Like it just wasn't funny.
That might be what they're saying, but in their head they're not thinking that.
Yeah.
That might be
It's like
like
a
a
defense
mechanism that they do on stage to like
I'll
try to get the
bombing,
power
so I
back
gotta-
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
but
the other night last night I went, and 4 different comedians were like,
where'd you go?
I was just at a Prohibition comedy, and
yeah.
I was at like the Factory, and it was like 4 different comedians were just like, "This is the way it is, guys," and then there were other comedians who were just fucking killing it,
Yeah.
and it's like, well,
not the
it's
crowd.
not, yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry. And they go, the last 3 guys murdered. So.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude,
your
after-
joke just sucked, dude.
It was after Francis, so like Francis crushed. And then like this other guy came on and like he just wasn't that great. And I think he seems honestly like pretty new.
You know
to
what the
comedy.
problem with the city is too? So I mean, whatever, everyone has their own system, but like the city's practice, like if you're doing it right and you really care about getting great, like you come to the city to practice. But it is fun, like Francis, all his boys are there, so you don't want to do bad, so you end up not practicing. Like you have to fucking do bad. Like anyone who's good can fucking kill. Like you know what I mean? So it's everyone shows up and you like imagine you know how to do one pitch. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use sports analogy.
Don't put us in a box,
One
man.
pitch. Yeah.
I go, no, but you know what I mean? You're like, this is my shot that I make every single time, right?
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, you know what? I'm going to practice the other shot. And then all these fucking hot bitches show up in the stands. And you go, yeah. You know what I mean?
My bread and butter. Yeah.
So it's fucking, that's the thing. And especially me being kind of new here when I first showed up, it was really putting a damper in my thing. So I had to find these little holes in the wall where it's like, you're better than them even when you do bad.
Yeah.
Because if you're at the place and everyone shows up and you go, I
got to do my.
Yeah, I was just talking about saying like that. You know,
I
just,
always felt like, so we dabble with doing like live podcasts, and it's by no means stand up, but it's in the same clubs, in the same spots, and we try to do like a little bit of a different show. But
you
I
know what
always
the
felt,
fucking needle in the groove is.
yeah, but at the same time, I'm like trying to get better at it. I still get pretty nervous on stage, and I feel like when you see a new young comic who has like a late spot, at least I, as an audience member, I give them like some slack, or I'm like, yeah, they're new and they're coming up. We got like a big following already in this internet thing, so I think people have like an expectation, and I'm always like, well, if we like bomb in our version of bombing, like people expect it to be like barstool funny, and it's like, but I almost feel like if you get big on the internet, can you experiment as much in the club? Because they're like, your skits were fucking hilarious, but the stand up, like, because you were experimenting, you were trying, you were working out new material, but the bar is like pretty high because they already know you.
Well, the benefit is that you don't have to explain who you are because they already know you.
Right.
So for you guys, like, you might think they already like you, right? So you're already starting from they like you.
True.
And second of all, and this isn't everyone, some people, but first of all, most people have never seen this thing before. So a lot of people go to this thing and they go, oh, that's just what that is.
Right.
And then the third thing is, I really think that, because I've seen that too, where you, like, as a comedian, I'll see some guy that's a big internet guy and he does an hour and he kind of bombs, and the people, and I'm like, they must have hated this, and everyone's like, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I remember.
I'll feel that way, and then afterwards,
Don't
we
you
do
remember
a meet
being
and
a
greet,
kid and
and
just
they're
being-
like,
right,
hey, that was awesome, man. I was like, well, okay,
They
cool.
just
Like,
think it's
I'll take
cool
it.
to hang with you.
Yeah.
I remember, because I was like that when I was, this is when I was already like even popular from the music and stuff, but when I was like 20, 2 or whatever it was. I remember because Tom Green was like my dude, right?
Yeah.
And I remember going to see him, and he kind of just started doing stand up, and probably not nearly as good as he is like again now or whatever. And I remember just being like so fucking sick, dude. Tom Green, like
No
that
matter what
lasted
he
at least
said.
40 minutes,
Right.
like maybe after an hour, you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was just left being like,
Ride
you know,
that.
sick.
Yeah, that's so true.
So
Like,
they just think it's cool.
Yeah, I also think
Just
it's
probably
something anybody who, I think it is the craziest profession in the world. What you guys do, I think it's fucking nuts. And I think if you have like the balls to get on stage, I'm always just like, well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucking people here who would never dream of doing it. So like, even if you're not,
and a lot
great,
of them shouldn't.
Yeah,
a
right,
lot of people that are
exactly.
doing it shouldn't.
I think it's the one thing, you know, we talk shit about athletes sitting at home, fat slobs.
I know,
but I don't think. I don't know. Do you think that happens in comedy?
Yeah, I do the same
way?
thing though.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
yeah.
what do these people fucking know? And then I'll be like, fucking LeBron. Like I'm just, yeah. Like in any other thing, I'm watching like a movie, and I make films even, but like I'm watching some movie that's $100 million, and you're like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Who do they find this director? The trash bin. Like, he's the guy who's probably one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm like that with anything that I don't do. So,
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah. I mean,
but maybe
everyone's just a
you're just
judgmental
making
asshole.
people not like live podcasts because the amount of
Could very well be.
the amount of people that go to stand up, see some crappy show, and they go, "Oh, I don't like stand up."
Right.
Yeah, right. The whole fucking experience off because
I
one
would
asshole
do.
sucked.
I would
Yeah.
do the same thing.
I'm
Like,
not coming back to this. It sucked.
Yeah, I don't know what's some shit that I would never go to. I don't know, like a fucking play or something. You know?
Yeah, well, it's
if
like
I
if-
went and I was like, "This is the worst thing ever," I'd be plays suck. I wouldn't be like, "This place sucks."
Yeah,
I'd be
but it's like
"That's the
it's like
end of
going
me
to a restaurant.
plays."
You eat one dish, you don't like it. You're like, fuck all food.
Yeah, food's
I'm not
terrible.
eating food ever
Restaurants
again.
blow, dude.
Yeah. Who does that? Eating food
I
at a
can make
restaurant?
macaroni at home. Are you guys food guys? I'm always having that argument because I don't give a shit about that.
I'm pretty largely like just a sustenance. Like,
Like you're like me, trash.
Yeah. I'll eat
Oh, yeah, like,
whatever.
you know, you fall asleep with fucking candy in his mouth.
Yeah, I have. Oh, this is the thing. It's
Candy in his mouth.
I have.
Legit.
Come on.
I have on the side of my sheets in my bed.
Gobstoppers.
I have fucking a pocket.
He has pocket
It's-
sheets.
It's just
sheet
a, like
pockets.
it's just a pocket, and like on the fitted sheet, there's just a pocket, and every night I fill it with Sour Patch Kids and peanut butter cups.
It's funny because you look like a kid too. Like you have such youthful energy. Like you have like a stickiness to you of a kid.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have,
but
I have often
it's a funny,
sticky.
it's a funny dichotomy because he'll throw some fucking candy in his mouth, and then he's got a fucking tobacco in there at the same time. Though. It's like,
Oh my
you're like this old
God.
man mixed with this fat baby.
Yeah, it's the energy of like everyone's like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "What?" No, but it was not that bad. He's like, "I ate some of the cookies I was supposed." He's like, "Don't tell anyone."
I do. I actually don't know if I
Minor mischief.
because I have this weak. Yeah, I do have. I have a youthful energy, but I also have an exceptionally old man energy.
Absolutely.
I have like I'm a big grown
Old men have baby energy though.
You think
If
so?
you think about it, if you get to like
come back
80,
around.
Actually,
they're like,
you're right because like I would like it's like I don't care. Like kids don't care about things. but it's
old
like,
men
like,
go
I
back
don't
to
care.
being kids.
And then like I
No,
was actually just
he'll,
thinking
like,
that
when
today.
he stands up, and I do it too, so I
Oh.
can't. It's like,
Oh, it's crazy.
you know, all those weird noises and shit.
But I was thinking about it today as I was walking to work, and it's busy. Like New York City's busy right now, and like the streets
Yeah,
are
it's
busy,
back, yeah.
stores are open, and I was just like, thank fucking God I wasn't one of those people who wasted 8 months like arguing about whether or not cities were going to be a thing at the end of the
I
pandemic.
know. It's never
Like-
coming back.
like everyone was going to move to Harrisburg and go to Applebee's for dinner.
Yeah. Were you when you moved here? Obviously,
I went to
picked a
Miami.
very bad time to
yeah,
move to New
insane.
York.
I went to Miami for 2 months during the
Did
pandemic.
you?
though.
Yeah. Were you ever considering like relocating permanently somewhere?
Well, I was
'Cause
in
New
the
York
same
went to
studio as
Miami
Andrew
and-
Schultz, so
yeah.
like I would talk to him for an hour, and I would be like, "Oh yeah, I live here now."
Yeah.
So he gets you
He'll
hyped.
get you the visa going. You're like, I guess I'll live in your basement. Sure.
Why is anyone living anywhere?
Well, I
get
think,
hyped up too. There was a couple nights where I like went, I was like drinking or whatever, and then I was like, "Dude, we're packing this stuff up and calling my landlord tomorrow." I wake up, I go, "Yeah, we're not."
we're not doing that.
Dude, there are so many. I was walking. This is probably this past weekend, maybe. I forget. A couple days ago, and like I feel like the main people who left were kind of like the nerds, and they're fucking back. And I'm basing this on one exact interaction.
I was gonna say, you know, one person who did this, right?
Dude, I was crossing the street, and I kind of just like, you know how like when you cross the street, you kind of just float out into the middle, like.
Classic.
Just hoping
Right?
the light
You
turns
just have
and
to,
maybe you get clipped.
in order,
Sue
like
the city for $1 million.
it's how you assert dominance. Like you kind of pass everyone. Like you're
Oh, I know what you're
you're the closest to the street.
You know,
like,
thick glasses with your rod.
But I ended up in the fucking bike lane, and some dude on a scooter who was in a suit and tie, which you haven't seen many of those in New York in a while.
Nope.
And he had a suit and tie and a backpack and glasses on, and he was all of 5'6", this little guy, and he goes, "Bad idea, faggot!" And
You didn't tell me that.
And I
That's
was-
fucking unbelievable.
I was like,
Holy fuck.
right, and I was like.
Did you hit him with,
I was
you
like,
know,
hang
I
the
know you
fuck
are
on a
mine?
second, dude. Like, and he just went zooming past me, and I was like, bro, if I wanted to chase him down and be like, listen here, if you hit me, you would have fallen off the scooter. Like,
I win that battle.
I was not in danger. You are little. You're on a fucking scooter. Like, what
That's
happens?
a bad moment, especially you guys are like in entertainment and people know who you are. That's like the worst
Feidelberg
to
got
be yelled at
dunked on by a scooter man.
Just being yelled on the street and it's filmed. It's like, that's so
I
funny.
It
would
was
give-
said as it was passing me. I'm gonna try and do it with the mic.
Bad
But it's
idea,
like,
faggot.
bad idea, faggot.
I love this cat. I love a little.
Like he looked like a
fucking
fucking like Mormon from the future. He had like even his fucking his
Ben
fucking
Shapiro.
his
Bad
fucking
idea, faggot.
posture was too good. You ever see someone and, like they almost look like a dog asking for a treat? Like he was riding the scooter like this. And I was like, I'm gonna kill this mother. Clearly, it's stuck with me.
When did this happen?
It was either Sunday or Monday. It
This
was
has been eating at you for a few days now.
He's got
I was intentionally saving. We haven't done a podcast in a while.
I
I
know.
was trying to fucking save the show.
Do you know in
Bad idea,
MacGruber when he just writes the license plate down over and over and over again? You go to this guy's house. It's
You
on
should
the
go back
wall,
to that same block at the same time and just wait. Where's
spelled
Scooter
out
Man?
in candy all over.
Oh man, bad idea. That is so funny.
That's amazing.
You don't hear that anymore either. Like,
Right?
props to that guy. He's letting
That's
it
why I think we
fucking
had a
fly.
we had an overcorrection with letting nerds do stuff.
Absolutely.
Like,
These fucking emboldened assholes.
like that kid's like he's got a job now. He's a professional. Like, he wasn't just getting his ass kicked on the playground. He played Call of Duty at home, said racial slurs into a fucking microphone, and his mom cooked him dinner. And now we're like, yeah, you can be an adult. That's not fair.
Wow, man.
I got a fucking litany outside of my house with home. That's one of the things when I came back to New York, you go, yeah, it is better over there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
outside my house, there's like a
neighborhood are you
homeless East Village, and so there's the homeless guys set up, and they do their market or whatever, and it's not great.
We had
they
a
play
whole
music
prior
yeah.
to the pandemic. We called it the Shanty Town. They
Yeah.
had right outside our building, and they had like a hierarchy. There was like the queen bee.
Yeah,
and
some of
there
these
was,
guys
like,
aren't even homeless. They go
yeah.
back to like their normal homes.
They just got laid off. Their wife thinks they're at work
So they
all day.
sell garbage. They sell
They do. They
literal
just sell like
garbage.
it's like, do you want to buy this mug for
But
like
they
50
they go
cents? Like,
around
what
and
the
look
fuck?
through garbage.
Yeah.
Dude,
This
one
has
guy
some
was selling
value.
warm bags of milk. We go, what is this, Eve? So they blast music, right? But so the funny part is,
Why would someone buy that?
I have no idea.
What the fuck?
It's like a bar where they just want to say we're a restaurant too.
We're selling
Yeah, it's some legal reason. But the bodega guy, he can't. These
No,
guys literally,
yeah.
he pays $3,000 a month or whatever the
For
fuck. They
sure.
set up a tent now, and they're outside selling some of the same shit as him. And they
that.
blast music, but they play the same song over and over and over again, right? So he gets in a fist fight with the guy, the bodega guy. They get in like a huge fist fight.
Only in New
Cops
York,
come-
baby. Aren't you happy you came here?
This is, by the way, let me tell you, this is 2 a.m. on a Monday.
Of course.
And I
Yeah.
went down, and I'm that guy. I'm trying to level with him. I go, what are you doing,
on,
bud?"
guys, yeah.
No, to the guy, I go, listen, no one likes you guys here, and you can be here all day. No one's saying, but you're sitting here by yourself with a speaker blasting this. So I'm the dad now. I'm like, you kids,
Turn
are
that
50,
shit down.
Literally, but I'm like, what? Am
And
I
they're
supposed-
like, bad idea, faggot.
yeah, they're yelling at me. And then so he gets in a thing, and then finally the bodega comes, the cops come, bodega guy fights him, they're rolling around. He finally walks away. And then we go, all right, wipes hands clean. The next morning, a guy shows up and starts setting up his drums. Guy sets up his drums.
We're back.
I go,
I mean,
come on.
See, do I want that in front of my apartment? For sure not. Do I love that that story exists?
Fun to walk
And-
by.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, New York's
Yeah,
pumping. You go, that's
yeah.
a fucking guy trying to sleep. I was stewing. I'm sitting in my bed.
I love those fucking guys like who just kind of have on the corner and like they're just it's like a bodega, but it's just so much nonsense. Dude, I walked by the other
Bodega
day.
guys kick ass.
Yeah.
This guy, like, it was a table. It was probably over by Union Square. No, it was over on 6th Avenue. I walked to the Chick-fil-A, and so it was like, I don't know, 6th and 30-something. And they just had a fucking fold-out table there, and they're just sitting there smoking weed, listening to music. And I think that they just put the table there as, like, almost something to do.
Yeah.
You know, like when you sit by a fire, it's like,
Just like
okay,
a
we're sitting
hobby.
by a fire. We can now
Yeah.
drink and do whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
We're doing something.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. We're
Sitting
not
around a
wasting
body of
time.
water, sitting around a fire. Yeah.
And so they just had this table out, and it was like a bike chain, some headphones, and like
One headphone.
and like 20 pairs of underwear.
The underwear is what gets me. If you're buying underwear off the street, you got problems.
It was like a bunch
man.
of trash, and then like I don't know, a couple of boxes of underwear, and then,
One
like,
shoe.
I was like, if I could have walked up and I was like, oh, excuse me, how much for one of these? They'd be like, get the fuck.
We're not
out.
actually
This
selling
is just
this.
our smoked weed stand on the corner table. Get out of here.
Yeah. You can't buy this. It's chained to the table.
What am I supposed to sell tomorrow if you buy this today?
Yeah,
Only
they're
in New
fucking-
York, baby.
So
I
they're
mean, it
wild
really
out
is.
there. So that was, but that's when you're in those places. Like even in Miami, we got like kind of a cool spot. I was getting rinsed though because I had an office there, I had a place there, and I still was paying my rent here. So I'm just getting like flossed, right? Yeah, we brought girls, like the girls were dating, and then they were like, "This is sick. We should be." I go,
You just-
"Oh yeah, you think it's cool to fucking like have some people pay for everything? You have your fucking sick place on on an ocean in Miami, and you're like, I could do this, could you? You could you?
I'm saving a ton of money in Miami.
Yeah,
I
you're
fucking bet you are.
You're on a fucking permanent vacation, lady.
I just love the way you described that too. We brought some
Well,
girls, the girls
he
we're
was-
dating, girlfriends we call them.
There's a term for that. That's great. It's so true though, man. It's an entire different. There are certain cities like that, Miami, Vegas, where it's like.
Well, I didn't want it, by the way, just to follow that, because I didn't want it to just make it sound like we just brought some random girls. That's why I was like, we brought like our girls. Yeah, not like
they're living the
Yeah, we just
dream.
found two fucking chicks and like fucking put them in the truck.
Bro, the clarification was nice. I was like, oh, you guys just like fucking got like escorts for the month, 2 months. Like,
I was trying
we
to-
brought some ladies,
Yeah, I realized as I said it, I was like, this sounds like I'm trying to sound cool.
Yeah, brought some bitches.
Don't get me wrong.
Sucking our dick and stuff, man.
I'm in a monogamous relationship with one of them.
Yeah, we have fucking.
Very much in love.
Yeah, I've been talking about that on stage. Like one buddy that's still like the getting pussy guys. Like, they're gonna be bitches there. You're like, yeah, our girlfriends and wives. And yeah, 30, buddy. This is it. Well, can we call bitches? Probably not. It's a funeral, so I don't know if that'd be totally appropriate.
Dude, I was never one of those guys, but like I went to college with those guys, obviously. The most frustrating people to deal with. Where you're like, yo,
the
man,
getting pussy guy?
come over.
They'll like physically need to get pussy.
Oh,
or
just
they-
you,
or
huh?
they-
like a medical addiction. Like you want to come over and watch the game? Like, are there gonna be chicks there? Like, I don't know. It's Bucks Celtics, so probably not.
Probably not, dude. It's probably gonna be me eating candy and chewing tobacco like always, man. Yeah, no, that gets tough. Where it's like, I was just telling this guy the other day that I know a crew of guys who every time you get engaged, you got to put money into a pot, and then the last guy standing gets the jackpot.
Every time
And
you get
it's-
engaged? How many times
Well,
have you
no,
get engaged?
yeah, I know. I actually do believe one guy said like, so if I get divorced, can I buy back in? Can I get back into the jackpot? But every time a guy drops, they put like a decent amount of money in, so it's up to like I think it's like a $10,000 pot for like there's down to like 2 guys in the crew, and it's like a standoff.
The last
like,
guy
the last guy gets the money. The
That would
last guy
suck to be the
standing.
last guy if you like weren't trying to get married like that. You know what I mean? There's a dowry fucking waiting for you. It really forces
Well,
your
that
hand.
really it's like, yeah. Do you like that girl? Do you like her $10,000? Do you like her not so much? I mean, that really puts a price tag. on
It is
for
funny
sure.
too. Like if you think about it, like the last guy the guy who wins, the guy who doesn't get married and he wins the prize, and everyone's like,
Who is the winner, by the
I
way?"
can't believe Steve's so fucking lucky. Dude's single. Like dude's got $10,000 now. And Steve is just hitting it home. pining for love.
I know. He's like, I'm so miserable.
Like, I
he's
just
gonna
want-
he's gonna find him dead with a bullet in his head and 10 grand next to him. Like,
That pocket's
you
in the
won.
That pocket's higher if you fucking start doing a Chuck and Larry situation.
Yeah, right. For real.
I just
Shit,
want
man.
one single woman to come over and share a warm meal with me. And all my friends are sending me texts about how lucky I am.
It's you
How
always
much
want
is
what you
10
can have.
Calling up Domino's. How much pie can I get with 10 grand?
Give me all the lava cakes, man. All of them. I got 10K to spend.
The other day, I bought new underwear because I didn't feel like doing laundry, but thank God I have this 10 grand.
Yeah, my friend was saying that because they were in LA and they would they go to the bar and it's like, there's no chicks here. It's like, that's another LA thing. It's like they're always looking for something better. It's like, there's no bitches here. It's like, yeah, who cares?
Right.
Like,
Just enjoy
Dude,
your
that's like
fucking
when I go to a
life.
bar
shit.
and they're like, dude, there's no one here. I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking point.
Yeah, we love it here.
Bartender, another one, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
who's this
friend's
shit?
gonna leave.
Am
I'll
I
take it.
not good enough?
Yeah, the old like, hey man, you want to come over? Well, who's there?
Who's there?
Not you, man. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Hang
you're
on.
done. You're done. Poking around. All my friends are too like on each other. Where it's like, what are you gonna poke around? Like it's straight up call that.
Oh,
shit
as
out.
soon as that happens.
Is that gonna matter to you?
Are you are most of your crew like back in Canada, back in Toronto, or you have like?
Yeah. Only my one friend moved. I mean, I know a few comics here, and I've been here
Yeah.
for almost like a year and a half now, so I know people. But everyone I know and love is.
Yeah. All the people I like.
Yes, I'm lonely. Is that the question?
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to move in your fucking 30, whatever.
Yeah,
But
and right into a pandemic. It's
yeah, and
like-
also I can't go back. It's a pain in the ass, but. It's like, sometimes I
what's
see
that,
like the fuck.
immigration
Just
shit?
COVID and all
Like-
that shit, COVID and all that shit.
Right,
Like,
right,
have you been
right.
following this pandemic thing?
but you legit can't go if you want.
Well,
if
yeah, you
need
gotta
to?
wait in fucking quarantine. It's
I
like
didn't
just a
know it was
fucking.
that
I'm not
bad.
gonna go back for a weekend, but sometimes I'll see all my friends like get together. Even like the worst is when you see like different groups of friends that like you're the middleman and they're like all hanging out and you
Like,
go,
what the fuck? You can't do that without me.
You're just watching the Instagram stories.
Yeah, single tier, yeah.
Who's even facilitating the conversation there? Like,
There, yeah, fucking
that's
Tommy,
what I fucking did.
Tommy's passed out. You're like, classic Tommy.
I imagine it's in general with the comic world, you just become friendly with other comics, right? Because you guys are in the club like every
Yeah.
You become either friendly or hate, right?
You know what? That's
Yeah.
why I see a lot of people online that have all these feuds and all this stuff. And with comics, you're like, yeah, dude, I have to fucking see these people. Do you know what I mean? It's
You're like the beat reporters, where it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm asking the questions in there. You
Yeah.
fucking radio talkheads
Honestly.
are just saying whatever you
I'm in
want.
the
I
trenches,
I
man.
gotta look fucking David Ortiz in the eye every day.
yeah, people will call you pussies, like, because a lot of times I'm like, I don't want to call out like comics like that, and then people will be like, oh, like, and you go, you don't understand. It's not like fucking actors or Instagram people. It's like I see this guy 3 times a week. I'm not gonna have fucking energy like that.
Absolutely. One of my least favorite things was when the blog at Barstool got big enough that the people we were talking shit about would see it.
Yeah.
I was like, I like being an anonymous
hated
troll.
that.
Like,
I want to be an
dude,
anonymous
I hate
hater.
that.
Yeah. I want to be able to be like, that girl's fat. And then I see her, I'm like, fuck.
Dude, it's the fucking worst. Like, I had that recently. Some guy posted some stupid article or whatever, and then I quote tweeted it, and then it was just like 10,000 fucking likes or whatever, like pretty quickly. And the guy posted being like something like, dude, I spent a lot of time on this article. Like he wasn't even like fuck you back. He was kind of
He was
like,
just, like,
oh.
sad?
Yeah. And I was just
sorry,
like,
man.
dude, I'm fucking. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's what people always, they'll get mad. They'll be like, why don't you fucking add him? Like when you're talking shit about someone on Twitter.
I didn't want him to see.
Yeah,
you
it's
idiot.
like, don't
I'm hiding from him.
I want to talk behind his back like a fucking adult. Like, what are you talking about?
Why didn't I at him?
Like, what are you, one of those people who go up to people and tell them exactly what you think about them? No, that's
Well,
how I
you
act
go
on the
one of
internet.
two ways. It's one of two ways. Like one, you're making fun of people like to be funny, and it's not hurtful. Or two is you're like starting feuds with people for clout.
Right.
And you know what I mean? It's like. And the other one, if I add him, it's like this is a different thing. I'm no longer making a joke. I'm like fucking trying to be, instigatory.
Like confrontation shit. And also,
It's
as
like
someone.
a clout move as soon as you're like at them. Like, what do you have to say about that? I'm like a LA fucking, yeller at guy Instagram.
Yeah.
You do that, yeah. I saw you posted like I don't want to do it for this reason about this guy.
What was that?
You tweeted something. You're like, I don't want to do a 1 minute about this guy. 'cause
Oh,
I'm scared of
yeah.
him. But I
Dude.
think you do the 1 minute, mans. It's like millions of people see see those.
It's
It's like
tough.
a direct hit on someone,
I
and they're
mean,
gonna fucking see it, and then you.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, like that's just like because you're not a mean guy.
No, and then
You're
the
like,
dudes I was talking about are gigantic basketball players who will fucking kill
Oh,
me.
it was Kwame and
Yeah,
Matt
I did
Barnes?
Kwame Brown, and I totally took his side. So now I'm like, well, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes are gonna fucking kill. Either way, I'm done here. But yeah, it's like
it's a tough
try to-
spot that I think you have to like just figure out where your lines are.
I usually
your
kind of present
conscience or
just
whatever.
both sides of like I did Tony Hinchcliffe and Pong Dang the other day, and I was like, I don't, I probably
Yeah, you
will
kinda-
come across both of those guys' tables.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't
there's
fucking
so many
know what to
things
do.
over the last like week. Like, that's why I go, how much easier would it be to just be like, this is my side, these are our things. you know?
Yeah.
On those two, like even the like Israel thing, which I don't think we should get into. But I go that and the fucking Tony thing. I was literally like in bed at 2 a.m. Like I gotta solve the. You know what I mean? Two equally as important controversies. You know what I mean?
Somebody said to me, I really think you should do 1 minute, man, on the Israeli-Palestinian event. I was like, are you out of your fucking
Take a
mind?
hard side?
Are you insane? First of all, I have no idea what could I possibly say there that would sound informed. And second of all, absolutely fucking not.
No, but I go back and forth. On one side, I'm like, this fucking bitch. And the other side, I'm like, ping dang, kicks it. I literally go back and forth on those things depending on all this shit. And it's like, I'm tortured by it. But it's like, and then you're like, hey, you weren't in charge of this. like I'm solving it. Like I'm trying to solve it. Like
nothing
I'm
to do with you.
But I'm like, but my listeners need. Like I'm a fucking business, and this is like a problem at our company. I'm like,
I do
dude,
think,
no
though-
one cares if you don't solve this.
I do think though, if you take that approach with everything, where it's like, well, I don't have to comment on. Like, you're never gonna comment on anything, you know.
obviously, but
so
yeah,
it's like a
it
fine line where it's
Exactly.
like, and I think my line is Israel and Palestine.
Yeah, I think it's more dangerous to have a stance on Israel Palestine in America than it is in Israel and Palestine.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I was talking to my friend Kurt Mansker, and he was like, "You ever try to solve those? Or not? I don't know what way he worded it, but he was like, you just look at it and you go, it probably just needs some fresh eyes." I was like, fuck.
I'm the guy who's got this. Step aside, PhD. Get away. I'll figure
That's
it out.
honestly. Remember when Trump got so much shit because Kushner was in charge of it? And like, if he had said that, I think that's a great excuse. Be like, well, I just need some fresh eyes. Like, okay, not a bad point.
I'll wrap this puppy up.
Yeah, like that actually. All right,
The celebrities solved
Good
it.
luck, Jared.
They had a good one, all the like 100. You know how the celebrities always like get in the mix of that stuff.
Yeah.
This one, I guess they got more in the mix because like you know how you're not supposed to like Israel right now, like you're supposed to be they're bad.
Yeah.
And then but a lot of celebrities like don't think that, and they're usually have the right.
Usually
opinion.
right, yeah,
They usually
yeah.
got the like acceptable opinion, except for now, so they're kind of having a hard time with it, right? And then so 100 celebrities did or whatever amount did like a open letter, and it was like we think that they should be peace, and it was like honestly, I didn't even think of that.
There's literally been a war raging for like 5,000 years, but the celebrity open letter, they're gonna go, oh yeah, you know what? Let's call it off.
That's what I
Let's
said.
try
I never said
everything.
So yeah, as well.
I tweeted. I said they need to parent trap them.
Get them in a room, figure this out. We'll let you out when
Lock
you're
the
done.
door.
Yeah.
I love Edelman. Julian Edelman's one of the few, like I think famous.
Who?
Julian Edelman. He plays for the Patriots.
He's like the only Jewish athlete.
Yeah, he's
that
like one of the
really-
Yeah, there's
few
not many.
like
Yeah.
Jewish, like he's a talented.
They usually get
distributor.
promoted to owner.
Yeah.
They play so good that they let them on the team. That's how that works. Right?
and he like when Deshaun Jackson had his stuff.
He's always smart. He always plays it well, though.
He always played well, and then even with this one, he was just like, look, I'm not.
I'm out of this.
Yeah,
He
he's
usually-
like, I'm not.
He said taking a.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you know,
Julian's
he's like, I got
sweet spot is like an athlete uses a slur that they shouldn't, and he says, "I know you're not actually hateful. I'd like to take you to dinner and talk about why that word is hurtful."
Right.
He's not solving peace in the Middle East. When we're talking about bombs, and children dying, Julian's like, "See you later, bro. I play football. My brain barely works. Okay, I'm out of here."
You see that hit I took from Camp Chancellor?
Well, they should be able to. I don't know why they have to be all politicians. Like, it's the fuck. It's what it is. Like, that's why in all these things, it's like everyone thinks they're so important. Like comedians are supposed to be stupid, fucking dumb clowns. That's why you're allowed to say shit because you don't matter. Right. But then as soon as they start being like, oh, I'm like, I got this fancy job and it's all this, and then you're like, but then now you can't say anything anymore because you're a fucking spokesperson for some shit.
Right, so who talks? Right, you're right. I mean, nobody ends up talking.
As soon
You're
as you
either a
start-
dumb clown or you're a smart person with
I
something to
know.
lose. So
And
nobody's
we all,
speaking.
and I'm like guilty of, kind of, I'm sure you guys, everyone is, where it's like, especially because I do videos and all that stuff, where people will be like, this guy's a genius. And it takes, how many people say that before you go, yeah, dude,
Of course. I'm smarter than everyone. Yeah.
But you have to, that's why comedy is good, because then, you know, you go out and everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it tears
Or
you
hang
right
out with
back
your
down.
People that don't have their like old friends, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They just have their like industry friends. and you
Can't
go,
have that.
You know what I mean?
Cannot have that.
But yeah, it's important, I think, to fucking remember that you're fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Idiot.
remember you're
Yeah.
like literally worth.
Always remember, you are a dumb piece of shit.
Yeah, you gotta go back, talk to your dad, have him tell him between puffs, like, you know, we didn't even want to have you. You go,
what you
shit,
really
dude.
need.
Notice the 6 years difference between you and your other siblings.
There's a reason why. You know what you actually need is whenever you're about to you know, talk about Israel or Palestine or something, some guy goes by on a scooter and says, "Bad idea."
Yeah, you need,
Yep, you're right.
that's so funny.
Put my phone down. Like,
The actors,
bad idea. You're right.
the actor at 2 a.m. that's like, you know what, I'm gonna add to this. Yeah, that's so bad idea, man. Holy shit, everyone needs that guy.
Yeah, that is amazing. All right, we're gonna go next door. We're gonna do a little answer to the internet, but good shit. So, you guys still doing the sketch every week, right? Ryan Long Comedy.
Yeah,
on
The Boys
Instagram.
Cast with Ryan Long's the podcast every Friday. Patreon.com/The Boys Cast extra episode, and I do a sketch every Monday.
Was the latest one? Was it this one or two
I did
times
a
ago?
trailer this week.
The governors. And
That was this
yeah.
week.
Like,
With
we're not
Justin
shit
and
without this
Danny.
pandemic, man. What are we gonna do?
I did a governor trailer.
That was great. That was awesome.
I like that one.
That is true. Before the pandemic, I didn't even know Cuomo was a governor.
The amount of governors I now know is annoying.
When I moved here, I
I don't.
didn't know
The,
any of that
governors
stuff.
are like umpires and referees. Like I don't want to know their name. If I know their name, something's gone very wrong. You know.
Nate Bargatze has a funny joke where he's like, who does that? Is that what a senator does? And he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, I had no idea that
Wait,
difference either.
What was that? I forget what that was. A very funny. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Like
What
his
the
wife was
senator
asking him
does?
something. I forget, but
I
yeah,
have
that was
no
great.
fucking clue. All right, let's do it.
You know what I'm doing? Before you go,
Yeah.
I will say I'm playing New York, and at Caroline's, I'm headlining
Oh, hell
5
yeah.
shows in Caroline's.
Woo! When's
And we're finding out.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you
I'm
guys.
actually always pretty impressed how most of you guys really do usually know where you are and when you're gonna be it with like.
Is this
your-
a dig at me? What do you mean by you? Everyone but me, obviously.
Apparently, Ryan Long's memory sucks, man.
I'm so, dude. I'm a moron with this shit. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know ever.
You have like a whole team and shit. You have agents and managers. And all
yeah,
that shit.
but
run
like
yourself,
you know,
yeah.
you're still. They don't. Like,
Still an
responsible
adult
for it.
man.
Yeah, he's
and you're still in charge of everything. Like I don't
Yeah.
have a team like the way a fucking pop star has a team.
Right.
This
You're
guy
still pretty
books the
hands-on.
shows, but you got to get there like on
Yeah,
your own.
yeah.
Doesn't have a car waiting for you.
But it's 18th to 20th, and Justin Silver and Danny from the Governor's thing. That's who's gonna be there with me. They're like,
Awesome,
they're
man.
both featuring. But yeah, if, that should be sick. So come to that.
Awesome, man. All right, let's do it.
18th of June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want the good news or the bad news? Well, you want the good news or the bad news?
I always go good news first.
All right, the good news is when we started this shit, only 10% of people watching our YouTube videos were subscribed. And now it's up to 40%. So that's almost like a 50-50 split. That's a 30% increase. A little math for you. That's the good news.
Too much math for me, but it's good news.
You know what the bad news is? That still means 60% of you motherfuckers aren't subscribed. It still
it's
means
good
the
thing
majority.
I asked first, because that would have been backwards.
That'd have been terrible. Yeah. Imagine if I was like, well, the good news is it's
Good thing I
No.
fucking go good news first.
60% still just freeloading off of our videos. And guess what? It's YouTube. You're all freeloading. It's not really all. The only cost is to push the fucking button.
Just push it. Push the button.
Push it. Push it real good.
Push it real good!